Hello. I didn't properly schedule the stream ahead of time or anything, even though I decided to do it. Now we're a go. Oh, to get one thing out of the way real quick. You might be able to hear. Shush, Farina. I am still sick, but like I feel fine. I want to acknowledge I have recovered enough from like the YouTube post I made. I felt really terrible on Sunday. Like it was the most sick I've been in quite a while, but I have recovered since then. I now would only describe me as like having a cold, and like that's fine. If I'm going by anime logic, I should be horribly bedridden, I guess, by having a slight cold, because I stepped out in the rain for half a second or whatever. But I feel like the explosion sound effect from that should be different. I believe it or not, despite the fact that I play Genshin, I don't follow anime logic. So I am, if you're concerned about my health, I appreciate it, but I am fine. I sound a bit nasally. I might have to cough this stream by moving the microphone. That was a fake cough, but I might have to actually do that. So anyways, I wanted to stream because I think there's some things I want to talk about. I could have done a unit review stream, but I felt like I didn't. It would be financially more sensible for me to do a unit review stream, but I didn't want to because that takes more mental effort than I wanted to put in today. So, oh well, I'll probably do a unit review stream this weekend. But yeah, I'm feeling well, so you don't need to worry about me. Sylveon's here. Thank you, Sylveon. I'm going to guess Sylveon already notified the Discord. I wasn't sure if Sylveon would be able to be here. If you're wondering why I started with Farina on healer mode, it's because that's actually one of the main things I wanted to talk about. So this didn't really originally come from me. I think the commenters on my Mualani video, there's a couple people that made this suggestion, I think. They made this suggestion, I believe, mostly in the context of the Xinyan team, of using healer mode Farina and doing like Xinyan, Kazuha, Mualani. Because healer mode Farina wouldn't be applying Hydro, which wouldn't interfere with what you have going on with Mualani, Xinyan, Kazuha, but at least, you would get, even if you don't burst consistently every rotation with a healer mode Farina, you would get some amount of damage bonus on some rotations, and you would heal the team a little bit, so you have better defensive utility, and you get Hydro Resonance. So like, I was actually like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Can I show a Mona bug? I mean, no, you can't show it. Because I'm not gonna do co-op this stream, I don't think. You can try to say what it is, and maybe I could try to do it, but I don't know. It's not my focus right now. Sorry, Barbara Main. Xylan didn't get a nerf. I mean, usually characters don't see significant changes in beta version 2. Keep that in mind. But also, I don't really think. Well, I don't know. We'll see next week. Let's just say it's not worth talking about much as far as changes go until next week. So anyways, healer mode Farina, right? Is something I've never really found a use for before, where it like made sense. But with Mualani, I think it actually makes sense. I think it can make sense in that Xinyan team, but I think it actually makes substantially more sense, at least in my case, with this team, because I do have the ability. Because Farina's damage bonus, right? You can get the most value from Farina's damage bonus if it's buffing multiple characters. So in the Mualani, Xinyan, Kazuha, Farina team, you'll probably be able to hit bigger damage numbers because you can have Farina buff at least sometimes and Kazuha buff for everything, right? And that will make Mualani get really big damage numbers. But in this team, what I like about it is this team can get meaningfully higher damage numbers with a healer mode Farina that doesn't interfere with things, and I can burst consistently on Farina. The notable thing though is like if you don't have constellations, like C1 will make a difference because healer Farina is not. Even if you're able to burst every rotation, right, on a healer mode Farina at C0, she doesn't heal that much. Like it's relatively low frequency healing only to your on-fielder, and notably Farina herself cannot proc her own healing passive. If the source of the healing is not Farina herself, when the healing overflows, like this can be actually a really significant benefit that can do more than you might think it's doing sometimes. You can't proc this passive with Farina's own healing. So not generating any energy, not proccing that passive, right? It makes it very hard for healer mode Farina to make sense, but it can in this team. particularly with C2 and C1, obviously, because you can actually max out her damage bonus with just her low amount of healing. I actually don't know how many healing ticks it takes exactly to max out the damage bonus, now that I think about it. It's still a little bit variable in value. It's not hyper consistent, because it depends on like the state of HP on your different characters for how quickly you will get up the damage bonus. But point is, it's really cool that you will be able to there's a use case for healer mode Furina because you don't want the extra Hydra application from Furina, but can still gain some value from the damage bonus, right? And I think that's kind of fun. If anyone's watching that has Mulan, Dia, Emily, Furina in particular, and tries it with a non-Z2 Furina, I'm curious how you would like it. I suspect it won't be nearly as compelling. This is definitely a team where C2 Furina makes a difference to how you can use Furina. And by the way, the build I have configured on Furina, because you don't care about her damage at all, like, the only thing I can make better than this build currently is by... I don't think she needs quite that much ER, by the way, with Fav, and with a second Hydro teammate generating some energy, but the damage isn't relevant, so the only thing relevant is just building some crit on her and then building a bunch of energy on her. Like, she doesn't need to do any damage. Theoretically, putting like Ocean-Hued Clam or 4-piece of Song of Days Past would be a better healing focused Furina build, but like, it doesn't matter that much. So Xiangling levels of ER, I mean, yes, except for this is actually much more doable than getting 300 ER on Xiangling, because Xiangling does not have a 60% energy recharge Fav weapon available. She has Fav Lance, which does like 35% less ER than this. And then Furina also ascends with crit rate, which helps you trigger Fav more consistently. Well, Xiangling can trigger Fav pretty consistently with her rapid hits right after you activate her burst, to be clear. But you have more need to build more crit rate on Xiangling, and less sources of free energy recharge, essentially. But a similar build is obviously doable on Xiangling. And also, ideally, Xiangling, even if you're building her full ER, you still want her doing some damage usually, but if you're building her for 300 ER, it's not the priority. So anyways, yeah, this is the build on this, and I guess I should go show it working. What am I gonna do? I think I'm just gonna spend my... Okay, I should probably start trying to level up Kachina a little bit, but I think at this point I'm not gonna make a DPS Kachina video until Xylonin releases. So, may as well just get some artifacts for characters. Yeah, you don't need 300 ER on Xiangling. 300 ER on Xiangling is if you're doing solo pyro Xiangling. And you can get away with less ER than 300 on solo pyro Xiangling, to be clear. So, anyways. Can people tell how sick I am by the sound of my voice? Because, like, I don't know if you can hear that. It might have been gross. I shouldn't have done that, sorry. But, like, one of my nostrils is clogged, so I definitely probably sounded a little bit nasally. But I feel fine right now. Maybe I'll feel less fine after exhausting my energy after 3 hours of streaming. The voice is different. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's how blocking your nasal cavity with gross goes. Nasal sounds. So, audio that comes out of your nose, or not necessarily out of your nose, but specifically arrogant. It's one of those interesting things, like thinking about how people's voice sounds different when they're congested, because their nasal cavity gets clogged and it like interrupts airflow in subtle ways, but that changes how certain sounds we produce sound. So anyways, specifically nasal sounds, believe it or not. And nasal sounds are like so like the N and M's in English, for example. Anyways, maybe like take a hot shower. I did. Actually, wait, no, I didn't today. Because I didn't today because I decided I wanted to stream, and I woke up at like 8 a.m. and I was like, that's too early to wake up. I went to sleep at like 3 a.m. right, and then went back to sleep and then woke up at like 11 a.m. And then I was like, hey, I feel good enough to stream, but that wasn't enough time to like stream now and then also be able to shower. I mean, it was. Maybe it was if I didn't get distracted by things, but it's fine. Let's go here. Exploration in Natlan has been rather interesting. A lot of chests aren't obvious at first glance or are locked behind quest item gathering. I plan on doing a video, which actually this is going to be a sponsor. I won't say who the sponsor is. But the video idea, we'll see how well this video does. You know, I've done a little bit here because I did like the quest here and stream or whatever. I'm gonna try, without doing a bunch of the quests, I'm gonna try doing a video of can I 100% Natlan in 24 hours. I suspect the answer is no. And I'm not going to do this live, because quite frankly, doing it live will just make me too distracted. No offense to you guys. You're distracting. It's not Raid Shadow Legends. But like, anyways, can I 100% Natlan in 24 hours? And it's not going to be 24 hours straight. Like, I'm not going to stay up for 24 hours straight. I can tell you have to do quests to 100%. That's what I kind of figured. So that's what'll be an interesting factor is these like long quest lines going to affect like the feasibility of 100%ing Natlan in a 24-hour time frame. And so like it'll probably be like at most, you know, if I get 8 hours of sleep, at most 16 hours of actual gameplay, but probably less than that. So anyways, I think it can be done, but that's the concept of the video. And you know, if the video does well, maybe I'll do similar things like it in the future. And you know, since there's a sponsor for it, it mitigates the monetary risk of making a video that's different from videos I normally make, but also like monetary. If I'm making the monetary argument for why I make certain videos, I should just be making wishing videos and fixing account videos realistically at this point, because those are what actually makes me most my money lately from my channel. Anyway, so the rotation for healer mode Frida in this team is basically start her on her normal summons mode, right? So this mode, the Numa mode. Do EQ, and EQ should trigger Fav, at least during like the burst animation. And then after the animation is done, switch her mode to healing mode, and then do Emily, do Dia, and then do Mualani. Right, that's the general idea, and it works. So, well, it helps if I didn't have. Oh crap! I didn't pick up the Fav particles. Well, okay, that might. If I don't get my energy back, that is why. I should have bursted. Oh, frick me. Okay, well, ignore this one because my Dia was on cooldown because of stupidity, realistically. But what, did I not trigger vape there? That's interesting. What just happened? Why did I see like no damage from Mualani there? I don't know. Like I think Mualani's like hitbox, I think they might have taken damage there, but the damage just showed up behind the enemy. Okay, whatever. I promise it works. It looks like it may not have worked there. I hit 40k subs. Oh, I didn't even notice. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for 40k subs. I think noted that piece. So let me actually do this again. I don't have Emily or Nahida. What should I do? I mean, you could do a different Dendro unit. Like, Dendro Traveler is an option. In this, if you're doing this team with like a healer mode Farina, you'd have to do something like Dendro Traveler Q into Farina to make sure you put Hydra on it before you Dia. So, anyways, let's do this again, but slightly, hopefully, better this time. Do this, and do that, do this. Oh, she just broke her neck, it's fine. There we go. That's what you wanted to see. Bam, 367,000. Like, to be clear, I have C2 Frida. Like, that definitely makes a difference. I think this team's experience of doing healer mode Furina will be substantially different with and without C2 Furina. But, I still think it's a viable option because the main thing that like this team struggles with if you're doing the Mualani, Dia, Emily core is like if you're doing Nahida instead, right? You could put Nahida on Prototype Amber, so you're struggling for some defensive utility, and you also want to have a last slot teammate that can like be valuable for increasing the team's damage in some form or your survivability. In my case with Emily. But also doesn't like actively interfere with things going on. So that's why like, okay, Prototype Amber Sucrose could be workable. Kachina on a crystallized focused defensive build could be workable, right? But Furina provides some additional synergy enough that even at C0 I think could be a choice here. I need to cough for a second. Furina on this build is only healing like 5,000 per tick on her healing. Like it's not that much healing. Like it's enough that Mualani stayed healed up decently well, right? But it's not very crazy. That's for dang sure. So anyways, and in this instance I should probably do something like that to try to heal in Furina's ult a little bit. So that, you know, I die slightly less. There's a nice 500k. Right, like being able to get additional value from Furina's buff for buffing Mualani and Emily, and like I'm hitting damage numbers that are similar to what I hit with the Yelan, like that Yelan team I used in my Mualani video. That's a whole lot of support artifacts. Okay, Goblet I will keep. It could be a Kachina piece. Is this piece relevant? I feel like, okay, it's hard to evaluate the set right now without knowing the characters that are coming out that might want this set. I don't even know. I think I'm gonna say no. I think I'm fine without that. Without it having ER. So anyways, the total healing, like this team is still probably a little bit fragile, but it's some amount of defensive utility that is useful. Particularly for making it like, because like Mualani can die sometimes with, you know, having no healing or no defensive utility in this team, even when she's a tanky unit. Okay, now I gotta like cough properly because I got phlegm in my throat. It's better to farm with your regular resin or condensed resin if you play daily. It makes literally no difference. The difference between condensed resin and regular resin is that you don't have to do as many runs in the domain. Like I would have to do 8 runs in the domain for the equivalent amount of materials. It makes literal no difference. So, anyways, do this. Oh, well, okay, if you get interrupted, it can... So, like, that was just a problem of these enemies whack you constantly. Not saying it's the strongest amount of defensive utility you can have in this team. in many ways, Nahida on Prototype Amber might be more comfortable. Can you give me not the frickin' support artifacts, bruh? Okay. So, anyways, I thought you won't stream today. I said I wouldn't stream on Sunday. I didn't say I wouldn't stream this today. I said I wanted to stream. I believe on my post on Sunday, I said I wanted to stream later in the week, and today is later in the week. I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm not very sick. I just have a slight cold now. So anyways, yeah, being able to make Furina work in any form, whether you're keeping her on this mode or on this mode, being able to make Furina work with Mualani is a noticeable difference to the experience of using her, not the experience, but to the damage you get from Mualani, which is potentially part of the experience. But Mualani still has some potential clunkiness issues with weirdness on her targeting for her things that can like hit walls or whatever. That's one problem I suspect I'll have in Abyss as I use her more in Abyss, is like if you happen to be near an edge of a wall, she'll just hit the wall with some of her hits too often. That would be awful. So anyways, but I think it's fine. I think Mualani has she's a really unique hit, right? She's not just like spam normal attack character. It makes thinking about her teams and thinking about her work as best as possible really interesting. But I enjoy this character a lot. She's definitely not for everyone, but the fact that I have found a reason to use healer mode Furina with her, right, is I think super cool. And that's kind of all it is. So, anyways. Oh, you're still alive. Rip. Anyways, we're gonna commit a sin. I've been doing one resin refresh a day, so using my dailies per day to try to build up my resources a little bit quicker. Because that is a benefit to me as a content creator. I do not think anyone that doesn't have, like, a business need, I have a business need to get some more things faster, right? You, dear viewer, probably do not have a business need to get more things faster in this game. To be able to level up more things. So do not resin refresh, in my opinion. Yeah, do not be Sylveon, where Sylveon says stop Sylveon. She says she resin refreshes when she's bored. No, bad. Bad. Do not be Sylveon. But yeah, 60 primos, and I'm not actually spending money on it, right? But like, it's also an effect of, because of the fact that the wishing videos I make, to make them successful, the gimmick of my wishing videos, I always have to like spend some amount of money on the wishing videos. And that means like, I have much less need to actually use primos for wishing, because of the fact that I'm probably going to spend money anyways. Even if I don't have to spend money, I spend money anyways because that's the concept of the video, right? Like, I can't just have, I can't be like, so I know I titled the video spending $300, but actually I just saved $300 equivalent of Primo Gems. Like, it is the same thing, yes. But to a viewer, like, clicking on the video, they want to see real money put on the line, right? Like, that's like the core concept of the video, and part of it makes it look more enjoyable. Like, I do have to like do Genesis crystals, so like I actually have less need than a normal account because, again, I'm a content creator, to use my primos for wishing, and therefore I can do stupid things like resin refreshing. But even then, like, I should resin refresh more than one time per day under that argument, but I just can't stomach resin refreshing more than one time per day because the first, resin refresh is like 60 primos for a fragile resin equivalent. And that can add up over time, but like 100 primos for another 60 is just like, oh, no, I can't stand it. So, anyways, sick stream, you could say, / side note. True. It is the sickest stream of all. Anyways, which characters does C6 Bennett break? Off the top of my head, I mean, okay, break is a weird term, because I would argue that even like C6 Bennett with Ayaka, right? You could argue it breaks Ayaka, except for you don't necessarily normally play. You can play Bennett with Ayaka, but it doesn't really break the core component of Ayaka's kit. It just breaks her doing cryo with her normal attacks, and you can do additional things with that pyro application, or the pyro infused normal attacks instead of cryo, that are really interesting. But yeah, Keqing, I would say she breaks. Eula, I would say it breaks. But also Eula doing pyro damage is potentially more damage than Eula doing physical damage. So, like, again, like, there are interesting things you can do, even in the characters that you would say it breaks. Like C6 Lynette, yes, it breaks. C6 Lynette is where I felt it the most, where I had a want to use Bennett with C6 Lynette, but then it just didn't work. And it didn't even, like, I thought there was going to be some benefit for it, but there really wasn't any benefit to it. That's unfortunate. But also, if the Pyro Archon releases and the Pyro Archon is like a Bennett alternative doing attack buffing for the team, which I suspect they will be. I'd be surprised if they weren't. Having more options for attack buffers in the game that aren't Bennett will heavily mitigate the issue for, assuming you have them, heavily mitigate the issue of C6 Bennett breaking some things if you do feel that they break some functioning of characters' kits. But yeah, most of the contexts where he actually breaks things, you could still argue for upsides with those same characters of the breaking aspect. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, let's try to not die this time. Wait, did I? Oh, I did. Okay, I couldn't tell. I didn't hear the sound if I switched or not. I didn't crit there. There we go. By the way, my Mulaney's talents are level 9 now. And that is probably where she'll stay, at least for a while. If I like using her a lot long term, which is a good chance I will. Sad. This is really sad to me because this is like not like the perfect Mualani piece for me right now would be ER, HP, EM. So this having ER, HP percent on a 4 line, but on the wrong set makes me really sad. I'm just like, no. Oh, dang it, man. Okay, and these are all, I think, garbage. I mean, I should maybe keep this because it's got ER on it. I guess I'll lock it because it's support set. It has ER. It also has def percent, I think, which might be relevant. So, anyways, does Mualani normal talent not matter? No, not at all. Like, no. She does attack scaling normals, and she's an HP scaling unit. No. Like, unless you're memeing doing plunging or, you know, charge attack spam just because you want to meme because you like seeing these animations, you know, then you can do it. But even then, it's still not worth it to level up that much. It does nothing for her normal playstyle or intended playstyle, and nothing for her strongest playstyle. And even if you're memeing, it's not like it's going to vastly change the experience versus just other methods of increasing her damage. Wait, what? Oh my god, stop interrupting me. I want to switch. God, these buttholes interrupt me too much. So yeah, against aggressive enemies, obviously there is still some downside potentially, but the damage output is pretty dang strong. Yeah, you can see 4,958 healing per tick, and I could get higher, but this is a level 9, you know, build. I'm pretty sure this is more ER than I need in this team. I haven't tried to figure out what exactly I need for ER on Solo Healer Furina. Okay, well. Wow. Do I care about this piece? I don't know. Maybe? Let me check my existing pieces. But plunge attack funny? I mean, yes, you can, but that doesn't mean it's worth it to level her normal attacks. Let's just add a baseline. It is not worth it to normal Mualani's normal attacks. If you want to meme, you can meme. Just acknowledge that you're wasting resources on memeing, and that's fine. It's not an efficient spending of resources, and an efficient spending of resources is an important factor to the overall experience of playing this game. Like, if you waste your resources too much, you will negatively affect your ability to do things potentially. That's why it's important. But can you waste some resources? Yeah, absolutely. Just do it within reason and know what you're wasting, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Man, look all the freaking support pieces they're giving me. It's like, yeah, thanks, I appreciate it, but also, all I want in my life is some HP and crit damage from Mualani. I have not gotten any other relevant pieces for Mualani since I've now transitioned to I've been farming a little bit of talent materials, but spending most of my resin, I think, since I've been mostly done with Mualani farming in the artifact domain, and I've gotten nothing out of it other than that first artifact that I got. Well, I've gotten pieces for Kachina, which is nice, but you know, I got this yesterday, and I was like, oh, hey, double crit EM, ER, sweet. This could actually be a usable piece on Mualani. And then lol, lucky 777s, yay. So, anyways, where Voracauches? Let's see. I am putting everything into Voracauches because I need to get either a crit damage circlet or ER timepiece to get to the point of, yeah, that, of knowing what I can use the sanctifying elixirs on for my Dia. Wow. Anyways, mute voices in the settings so you don't have to hear Paimon. Watch the stream while you fish. Oh, you're talking to someone else. Yeah, I was very confused. Thought you were assuming I was fishing. Anyways, you're missing about 90% ER on Furina. True, I clearly need more. Does anyone, I don't know, I haven't tested this team with Solo Healer Furina in Abyss. Does anyone want to see that in Abyss? Oh yeah, in Theater. I know it reset. I would do that live, but I think I'm going to do an edited video for theater because of the fact that, just in case anyone's not aware that hasn't done theater, so they have changed theater. There is a new higher difficulty mode, which requires more characters. Yay. You need 2 less characters for the previous difficulty modes than you needed before, which is something. So you need less characters for the same amount of rewards as before. But now, to get the full difficulty, to do the full thing, like as far as like what your end goal would be for theater, you now need more characters and still have the level requirement. So they haven't fixed my core gripe, which is that like it doesn't make sense. Like I think it's fine to have some amount of restriction, like forcing a total character requirement, or maybe forcing a level requirement, but don't force both, right? Like if you're gonna force a level requirement, don't force me to have a set number of characters other than the literal bare minimum, right? Like, then don't force me to do full teams of 4 characters in theater. So, anyways, point is, it doesn't fix what I think is the core problem of theater, which is that it's just, like, seems like it's just an arbitrary forcing people to pull for and build more characters, even if it's not actually necessary to use those characters in the theater to succeed, right? That's the core problem. But they did address like a potential issue in that it might actually be more fun to play it now because they changed a number of the buffs, and how like the buffing things, the cards work in it, that it might be more fun on a run-to-run level to get different buffs going on, to try different things, and that's cool. So I think it's worth making another edited video about because it might be meaningfully more of a fun experience, with the asterisk of it has the same problem of it taking you potentially a long time before you get to the point where you have enough characters to be able to flexibly and freely challenge the hardest difficulty mode. So, anyways. Can you SE my account and tell me if it's cooked, or can it be saved, please? Any account can be saved. So the answer is yes. I don't need to see your account to tell you that. Okay, let's do a poll. Abyss testing healer mode Farina. If not Abyss, the alternative is, I should have done, I guess, an alternative. Here, let me end the poll, actually. I'm not going to give you a choice. 1 person voted yes. Oh, I guess it's decided. 100% votes. No, that's a majority. That's not a majority. That's a unanimous decision right there. The test versus the legends. I don't know where the legends are in the overworld here. Someone would have to tell me. But anyways, what do I can do both things, by the way. Like, I'm not gonna go to the Abyss and spend 5 years in Abyss. Abyss healer mode Farina with Mualani, or exploration / find the local legends. There we go. There you go. Well, and that may include quests in that category. There you go. Someone asked, I think, what a free-to-play... Like, okay, so free-to-play is, like, free-to-play, I want to emphasize this, I'm sorry, like, railing against this. Free-to-play means nothing, right? Like, if you're a free-to-play account, when people say free-to-play, they usually just mean, like, lower investment, newer player. Like, that's what spending money does in Genshin, and it accelerates the progression of your account by being able to get you more things faster in some way or another. But as a free-to-play player, if you've been a free-to-play player for 3 years, you probably don't have this issue. And like, so anyone that uses the term free-to-play is almost always referring to like newer / very low investment, very casual players, some conjunction of that. So the assumption here, being free-to-play actually doesn't matter here. This is just a recommendation of like, if you don't have that many characters right now, what is your options for Mualani? What is your likely options for Mualani? So first of all, Kachina is free and is a compelling potential choice. Don't undervalue Sucrose. Xiangling is free, but if you don't have C4, realistically, I'd say the question is, what do you first of all figure out what options you have for off-field pyro, Because your options for off-field pyro are either like you could try to use Toma, you could try to use Xiangling, particularly if she's C4. If she's not C4, but also even if she is C4 and you're a free-to-play player, like you're probably not at the investment point where you can flexibly put Xiangling with 300 energy recharge that she might need to burst consistently. So like, right. And anyways, so like keep that in mind. So you might be pushed towards options of just doing burning with some amount of like, I don't know, doing actually Tomo's Pyro on its own might be enough, to be clear. But doing like what I'm doing with Dia and then a Dendro unit, right? Like you can do Dia and Yao Yao, but you might not have Yao Yao, right? You can be a free to play player that doesn't have Yao Yao. She's not a given. You don't get her for free. So like it depends. Being that there is the character selector this patch though, like if you got Mualani, you're a newer player, you managed to get Mualani, you don't have many off-field pyro options, right? Like the easiest choice if you don't have Dia might be selecting Dia from the selector and then using some Dendro with her. So, you know, that would be like Dendro Traveler, for example. And then the asterisk with Dendro Travelers, just make sure you Dendro Traveler burst, have enough ER on them. Burst and then, you know, do like a normal attack on Mualani to make sure that the Dendro Traveler burst does not explode when you use Dia, right? But Dia can have a very low investment build option like I'm running here. I mean, my build is a high investment version of this build, but you can get 4-piece instructors and she barely cares about the stats you need. Like you just put HP on her so that she tanks more ideally, or you could do a little bit of EM because she will occasionally trigger some virgins, but it's inconsistent. So, you know, having some EM could actually make her do meaningful damage when she's leveled up all the way, but realistically, she just needs HP to be able to tank some damage a little bit more. So doing, you know, a 4-piece instructors with HP, and then crit doesn't really matter. It could just literally just be HP. And then the ideal weapon is definitely this at R5, and this is the higher investment aspect of this build. You can see it's level 20 because it doesn't matter. And when Dia triggers a Dendro reaction, she will generate this leaf that gives 120 EM. So like Instructor's buff plus this buff means 240 EM for Mualani. That makes your vaporizes on Mualani a lot bigger. So, you know, do that I think is probably the most realistic option that is accessible as a free-to-play newer player, lower investment player right now. And then it's just like figuring out what you do for the last slot, which is going to be the core struggle, I'd say. I think the most compelling option would just be Sucrose on Prototype Amber, because Sucrose and Prototype Amber could be a healer build, so you have some amount of healing going on in the team. Alternatively, you could do Bennett in the last slot, again, not because he's buffing, but just because he's healing. Although putting more pyro increases the chance that you accidentally goof up and like Bennett E on Dendro Traveler's burst and then blow it up, which is not good. You could do a second Dendro, I guess. Second Dendro would be an option. So you could do Yao Yao, Dendro Traveler, Dia, right? Like you got different options. I think that's the most compelling free-to-play accessible options. Anyways. Yep, what's the vote at? 63% exploration. Alright, we'll probably test, remind me maybe, but we'll probably test, assuming I don't die by the end of the stream. We'll test Abyss, with healer mode for Mualani, this team, because, with healer mode Mualani, this is my current, healer mode Mualani. Healer mode, Farina, this is my current favorite team that I've been playing with Mualani now, right? Because like I really like the aspect of this team having Emily as a damage dealer in conjunction with Mualani's damage, but it felt like it was missing the right last slot. And like I'm not even sure that Xilonen will be better. I'm not gonna talk about Xilonen's kit in depth here, but I'm not even sure that Xilonen would be better than Farina here. Like you'll be able to see potentially more consistent numbers from Xilonen, but there's a problem in that like Emily's Dendro. Because like with Xilonen, you'd have to get the 40% damage bonus from the artifact set, you'd have to purposely try to. Xilonen doesn't buff Emily's damage, right? Whereas Farina does. And Xilonen, to get the damage bonus, the Hydro damage bonus going on, you'd have to specifically trigger Hydro Crystallize, which requires Hydro on the enemy. And if you're having Dendro going on, like the uptime on like Emily's consistent uptime Dendro application might actually make it a little bit hard past the first rotation to get Xylanen's damage percent buffs going. The Red Shred would still be going, so Xylanen would still be valuable in this team as a comfort option for healing and some buffing. Like it'd basically just be a better version of Kachina, but it still might be awkward to play versus actually just doing healer mode Furina. So this might actually be my long-term preferred team to play with Mulan, which is cool. So anyways, and I don't know, like that. I think it's very, very cool that this is the first time I've found a compelling reason to use healer mode Furina that wasn't just like emergency, almost dead, use healer mode Furina, right? Like that's the main alternative use case, and like you almost never wanted to stay on healer mode Furina, but this is a team that wants to stay on healer mode Furina because yeah, that's cool. But yes, it is substantially worse without C2 Furina, almost assuredly. So you know, yep. 30 artifacts free when you search the 3 elixir for the new item. What does that mean, Jibari? I'm sorry, I have no idea what that means. Okay, so what should the goal be? You know what? Okay, the first goal is going. What is this waypoint? Okay, the first goal I think is going to be to unlock waypoints, right? That I think will be my first exploration goal, and there's a very good chance in doing that we'll run into some of the local legends, I say. So let's do that. Would I rate review your Navia build? 10 out of 10, because it's, you know why? Your Navia build, but you lose Z-King. Your Navia build is the best it can possibly be right now, probably. Maybe it isn't, and if you think it's not, if you think it's not the best it can possibly be with your current artifacts, then you can go try to use like the Genshin Optimizer for Navia, as long as you configure the buffs you have going properly. Like you got to use the Genshin Optimizer properly, otherwise it will not work, and it will give you stupid nonsense things. Like use the Genshin Optimizer right. It's clunky. I don't think it's a perfectly designed tool, but it can absolutely potentially tell you if you're using the best build you have possible or not, if you're willing to put in the time for it. But ultimately, the build you should use is the one that's best possible for you right now, relative to the artifacts you need to keep using on, like maybe like the optimizer might tell you have a better two-piece build on your Navia than like your 4-piece Navia artifacts. That's possible. But maybe you don't want to do two-piece of the artifacts that the optimizer will tell you, because you want to use those artifacts on other characters at the same time of using Navia. So, you know, that's a factor. But anyways. Look at this chest. What is this?
Right,
This is yeah, that is a remote. The lighting was weird here, so I wasn't sure what that was. What is the thing here, by the way? Is this a special spot in some form or other? And you're dead. I cannot believe the amount of like times I've noticed myself not crit, by the way. Okay. The amount of times I've noticed myself not crit. Shiny shell. Okay. Wait. Oh, I picked up a shiny shell and I can place a shiny shell. I see. Differently colored shells. Okay. Cool. I'll put a thing here. Need 3 shiny shells. That might be important for 100%ing. I don't know. You like this? I gotta go blow my nose quick. I think I can feel my like nasaliness building up. And I'm not gonna mute my microphone because that would be disrespectful. Because this is the true sick experience. But I will move my microphone far away so you might not hear it at all, or it'd be very quiet.
The most important part of going out to have fun is, well, going out. So just show up.
That feels better. That feels better. Anyways, are you going for Chiori in 5.1? You know, I kind of want to go for Chiori in 5.1. The reason being is not because, like, Chiori Xylanen. Chiori Xylanen would be fine, but Xylanen does not generate a Geo Construct. right now. Watch her be buffed. But Kachina does. So Kachina being able to do, you know, 40% geo damage bonus and have like a weird like EM, right? I could do EM. I can actually do full EM on her now. Do I want to do that? Okay, okay, I'm not gonna throw away this goblet because I might want this as an onset goblet for you know who. But yeah, if I do full EM, right, on Kachina to illustrate for ye, yeah, we'll just equip that, I guess. Wait, no, we'll equip this. I don't necessarily need that much ER on her, but I don't know. I don't think this is perfect, but by any means, I would prefer more crit rate. Like my ideal EM focused Kachina build would have like 500 EM, I think, with a fab build. Over 500 EM, like towards 600 ideally with a fab build, and pretty consistently be able to trigger fab still. Because energy be nice, but the alternative is also just go full EM and don't care about energy, right? And if you use this weapon and then just don't care about energy, go all into EM, triple EM, at level 90 and some EM substats. Like I think you need like probably 3 or 4 EM substats in the flower and feather. At level 90, it should be doable to get Kachina to have about 850 EM. And at 850 EM, her crystallizes, right? Since you don't really care about her damage, because her damage you deal is not significant enough to be worth speccing into, it can be fun to DPS her. I plan to make a DPS video for Kachina eventually. But for a supportive-oriented build, right? Kachina crystallized shields can shield for 5,000 HP. Like, and that's not like a Zhongli shield, right? But she's generating multiple of these. Like, she can generate up to 6 of these, right? I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it won't be clunky. But if you compare that to, I don't know, let's the Kiwawa. Let's say Kirara with like, I don't know what's a realistic not DPS Kirara. 40k HP, if someone can correct me. Let's say 40k HP, right? And Kirara max shield is 30% of her HP. Is 40k HP realistic, or is that too much? It's pretty normal. Okay. So yeah, 40k. And to be clear, Kirara has like a pretty good shield with when her shield, when you stack her shield. So you have to use her properly. So this will be more than a crystallized shield, is my point. I'm not saying it's going to be better, but plus 3,660. So that's a 15,000 HP shield, right? But this is a 15,000 HP shield. That's one per rotation, right? And only lasts 12 seconds. I don't actually remember what is the duration of a crystallized shield. Let me double check. Crystallize Genshin. Is this website gonna load? You can't see it. I don't have it on stream. This website isn't gonna load for me. Okay. Oh, I didn't mention my internet has been having problems the last couple days. I haven't noticed anything yet today other than this webpage not loading. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to chat. Someone answer for me. What's the duration of crystallized shield? I don't know the duration, but anyways, the point is she can generate like multiple crystallized shields potentially, assuming you have underlying application going on the enemy. That like a crystallized an EM focused build on Kachina, if she generates 6 crystallized, it's 10 seconds. Oh, okay. I see 10 seconds. I see 15 seconds. Either way, either of those durations is good enough. And the fact that she can generate like 6 of them, and shields don't stack, but it means that like the effective maximum potential HP is going to be like 5,000 HP of shielding every like what is the? I think she takes like she hits every like 2.5-ish seconds, right? With her skill from off field. So right, and then she does 1, 2, right? Yeah, I think let's try 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. It's every like 2 seconds, right? So if you have enough aura on enemies that you're generating crystallized from every one of those shields, that's potentially a total shielding of 30,000 HP across all of those shields. And to be clear, it's never going to be a 15,000 HP shield, right? So if an enemy's attack does over 5,000 damage to you, you will take damage in that instance. But if they're doing less than 5,000 damage, you're getting those shields potentially often enough, as long as you're picking them up. Like, you will have to like try to pick them up in some instances maybe. But I don't know, it's a very interesting form of defensive utility that requires some amount of thought and engagement with the mechanic that I think is very interesting, and should be consistent uptime, should provide you interruption resistance. Like the defensive utility of those shields with the crystallized build on her, in conjunction with, you know, 40% damage bonus for whatever she's crystallizing, for the like hydro, pyro, cryo, electro she's crystallizing, and 40% geo damage bonus when you're doing the synergy with Chiori, where Chiori wants a construct. This is a construct, right? Chiori wants a construct to get maximum damage out of her. So this character can buff Chiori, and you can have a Chiori Kachina like core. That I think Chiori is a much more interesting character now. Right? Why not use Albedo? Because Albedo's a freaking 5-star. Like, yeah, who has him? Like, I'm sorry, not many people have him. and this is a free 5-star that will buff your Chiori more, right? Like, so yes, you can use Albedo and Chiori together if you want, but this is literally a free C0 4-star character that you can do this combo with. So I don't know, it's very interesting. I got a cough. It's a very interesting combo, and makes me kind of want Chiori to play around with that as a team core, right? Because I've been liking the idea of having these 2-unit cores that give you a lot of flexibility to do different units paired with them a lot more lately, and I think that's compelling. So I might actually get Chiori for that purpose. We'll see though. Anyways, they're talking about Albedo instead of Chiori, not Kachina. What? Okay. I mean, look, if you want to, yes. Yes, go ahead. But Chiori will be easier to use and have higher damage potential. So, yeah. Anyways. Like, if you have Albedo, don't let me stop you from using it, but I wouldn't try to pull Albedo. There's a reason. You know, nobody's asking for an Albedo rerun, right? Like, he reran in the Chronicle banner, and that was, anyone that wanted him was perfectly happy with that. So, you know. Anyways, let's go try to get this, I guess. Also, there's a quest down here. Let's go grab that quick. Don't know how important this quest is, but it's worth grabbing. Albedo alone is great for crystallized, though. Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying he could replace Kachina, not replace Chiori. He's a limited 5-star. That can he can replace and not necessarily be that much better than a free C0 4-star. Wee. Like, Albedo has problems, notably in like particularly like that his construct can get destroyed. Kachina's cannot. Is a notable difference maker too. So, anyways, yeah, the EM could be valuable, right? The EM buff to the team could be very valuable depending on what you're doing, right? You could do something like, I don't know, it'd be interesting to do like an off-field pyro with Mualani and Kachina or Albedo and Chiori, right? And with Kachina EM build or Albedo EM build being your defensive utility. But anyways, also Albedo has like enough potential damage contribution that normally you would build him for damage. So not building... Oh, I don't have Farina out, whatever. Not building him for damage. Like, I don't know. Kachina does not do enough damage to be relevant to build for damage. Right, but Albedo can do some amount of relevant damage. Can. Not always. Like, he still probably would maybe want to build him EM for Crystallize in the same vein as Kachina here, but anyways. Yeah, I don't know. The point is, Crystallize Kachina is something I want to mess with. And she's a free C0 4-star. Switch you back. Well, let's go for... We have Phlogiston. We can get all the way there, right? Yeah. Wait. Oh, this island just doesn't show up? That's where that waypoint is. This island just doesn't show up on the map. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna place bets now. Place my bet now. This is gonna be a stupid thing like, oh, you can't go here. Some magical force turns you away. It's gonna be the typical thing that I hate in their open world design, where they don't let you actually go here, even though it's here, because, oh, you gotta do a quest to actually get here because there's something around. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope for once I can actually go here. I haven't gotten pushed away yet. Fire Thief's Secret Isle. It hasn't gotten pushed away. Oh my god. Have they finally stopped with their bullshit? Have they finally stopped with their BS? Where they lock complete areas out of, like, things. Like Inazuma was done well, I would say. Where, like, some of those things made mostly sense. I still, like, disagree with the general implementation of, like, you know, hey, even if it, like, does a shit ton of damage to me, let me go in there, because maybe I can just power through with healing. Like, that could be engaging. Wow, we can actually go here. Crazy. I assume it has, like, quest relevance. It's weird that it doesn't show up on the map at all. Like, oh, it's a secret, but we put a waypoint here that you can see. Okay. Sure. But anyways. Alright, we're gonna explore around this place a little bit, because why not? It's kind of cool not having it show up on the mini-map, by the way, though. So I'm fine with that as a gimmick. It's just kind of like... I feel like the waypoint shouldn't have shown up on the map is all, really. So, yeah. Anywho's. There's like 2 puzzles in this island, really? That's all? Is there not a quest here? Is there not like a... Is there not a quest that takes you here? I feel like there has to be a quest that takes you here, at least eventually. I have no idea who the Fire Thief is, but yeah, maybe, I don't know, it might just be a lore area or something. I should probably go up there, shouldn't I? Well, you know what? I switched Kachina out, and guess what? Now I want Kachina back. Because now I need to climb really high. Well, let's go around the surface then for a second. It's a puzzle that will make the island show up. Ah, I see. I probably have to go interact with that. Yoink. Yeah, I guess we'll go do that then. Oop, let me get Phlogiston. It has some lore bits, but no quests. Interesting. Oh, this one just auto gave me stuff. I see. 4 trials, none of them are really puzzles. Alrighty then. Alrighty. That's the swimmer dude. I need this because I think I need this ore to unlock some of the weapons. Ow. Rude. Don't shoot me. I think you can get rid of that, but, you know. What? It's not high enough? How is it not high enough to plunge? Oops. Whoops. Didn't mean to press that. How? I objected it. I know I could have just been whacking it like normal, but I was stubborn. I felt like this rock should let me... This should be high enough to let me plunge. Yeah, there it is. See? That's why. It just won't let me plunge here. Oh, you know why? It's probably because the character's plunge animation makes them like jump up a little bit, and the hitbox was like intersecting with the collision of this ledge or whatever here, this wall, and therefore it didn't let me plunge from this direction, but I can plunge from this direction. That's why I was confused. So that made sense, but anyways. Start challenge. Is this one of the trials? Oh god. I think I need this. Go, please. Alright. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. There we go. This is the first trial. I see. Can I run with this dude? No, can't. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. It's not like these are that hard to avoid. Wow. That was hard. Who do you think could be added to the standard banner? I mean, they're not gonna, like, Chronicle banner was their, like, standard banner but not standard banner, but then they just haven't used it again, which annoys me so much. It's like, Mihoyo, Chronicle banner can be a good thing if you actually use it consistently. But then they're like, it feels like to me, Mihoyo's like, oh, we're so surprised that this didn't make any money. Well, how could this not make money when all of you freaking filthy peasants were asking for more banners, and we gave you more banner, but then you didn't give us $8 billion, and then they didn't make money, so they're like, okay, well, we're just not gonna do it again, and then they just start continuing their problem of like not rerunning their freaking characters. Hopefully I don't need him. I feel there has to be an Oculus up there, right? So we're gonna go up there. So anyways, like it could be an actual useful addition, because if they like did it consistently, like at least every other patch, right? We'll use up our stamina mostly first. If they reran Chronicle banner at least consistently every other patch in some form, right? If it was a known quantity people could plan around for saving wishes to get certain characters, it could be a genuinely like good addition to the game, and like they might even make money from it by running more characters that people want to pull. There's nothing up here. I'm sad. I've had my trust betrayed. Yeah, birthday banners would be a good thing as well. Like, there's so many good ideas they could do to help the situation. They're just like, nah, let's just like not make additional money, because they're just like, we can't make enough additional money. That's what it feels like their attitude is, right? It feels like their attitude is like, well, we can't make enough money by running Shenhe or running more Chronicle banners, so therefore we're not going to do it at all. That's what it feels like to me. So anyway, I'm gonna go find the other trials. I assume they're not up here. With the music here, I don't know if this is unique music here or not, but is one of the trials just like jump over these things? How much you want to bet it is? I can do it on Mualani. Doing hurdles. It's not. Okay. Well, unless there's more. Oh, there's one over there. Are they all? Do they all just have these things? I would have actually appreciated if one of the trials was like, you just have to intuit it yourself. Like jumping over hurdles. But anyways. No, I got Mualani. I don't need to. I don't need your stuff. They spawn one at a time. I see. Oh, what? Oh, there's wind. I see. That was a little weird. Oh, hello. What? Oh, it's over here. I think I was supposed to go the other direction. Are you liking your beautiful C2 Dia? Yep, it's nice. It's nice for just consistency of uptime. Or oh, that was weird. That was a weird animation. Yeah, consistency of uptime on pyro stuff off field. It eliminates the need for me to do things I've done in the past with like Sacrificial Greatsword and Dia. It's nice. I haven't properly messed around with the damage increase aspect of it. I haven't actually done that much with, haven't done that much with carry Dia. It's such a weird animation for that. I haven't done that much with carry Dia since getting it, because it does like reduce her ER needs a little bit. Like I said, I'm trying to build towards a Voracash's build that can maybe let me maximize her skill damage. and do some stuff with that. But we'll mess around more with that in the future. Most likely, I am going to use my Sanctifying Elixirs on trying to get some good Voracash's Dia pieces. I could maybe use it for like Hybrid Raiden, but like my Hybrid Raiden, like even though like the individual artifacts is like okay, obviously that really can't be improved, and this is basically impossible to improve as well. But like this could be improved, right? Like yeah, this could have more crit. It'd be better to have less attack, crit damage instead of defense or whatever. But like the Sanctifying Elixir does not let me select the perfect EM timepiece for Raiden, so like I could only select EM crit rate, crit damage, and if it doesn't roll ER attack percent, it's basically useless, right? And like actually because ER is more important than having both crits, I'd have to choose ER and a crit stat, and then just hope it rolls double crit, right? Like no. And then, like, the goblet is, like, LOL, no, there's no reality where I get a better goblet than this. Like, I mean, there is a reality, but, like, it's not worth using the elixir on the goblet for it. Even for, like I could go for an onset goblet maybe in the future for Hybrid Raiden, and that could enable me to have, like, actually, do I even have a better off-piece? Serpent EM ER. No, not that. I mean, this would be better, yeah. So, like, I guess it would let me switch to this as an off-piece or whatever, right? If I got a double crit, if it's a similar quality of goblet onset, and then the circlet could be better too. But again, I would have to like roll meaningfully heavily into ER, and like when we're talking improvements that be like okay, I could get 10% more crit damage, assuming I don't lose any energy rolls, which will like if I lose any energy recharge, the build starts to become meaningfully worse by being able to burst less consistently. And like I already have a good enough crit ratio and a high enough stat value that's like not a problem, so it doesn't actually make sense to risk going for. Whereas Dia, the Voracasha pieces I need are more likely to be like usable pieces, so they make more sense to use the elixirs on. Anyways, where's the freaking next thing? I feel like I went up this thing because I was like, okay, assuming it was going to take me to the next trial. It's such a weird animation. I did not. Okay. Guess we'll just go around again. Sanctifying elixirs in the new artifact system is frustrating, not gonna lie. 120 days for 3 elixirs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's best to mostly consider the primary source right now is from exploration and the sigil turn-in, right? Like, once I'm going to let's assume they follow the current pattern, because the current I believe the current amount of elixirs you can get in this current version is you can get 1 elixir from exploration for each of the 3 tribes, and based on the tribe like reputation screen system I've seen, they're going to add 3 more tribes. Hey, there it is, which implies to me that there's going to be 3 more elixirs that are going to add through exploration. And then there is 5 elixirs through Natlan Sigil turn-in, so that's another 5 elixirs through exploration technically, although it's going to take a lot of exploration, and so do the tribe one. The tribe elixirs take a lot of exploration. So anyways, over like the next few Natlan patches, like as they add the ability to fully clear out the Sigil turn-in, we are talking in the neighborhood of 11 elixirs for free at a baseline, 12 counting the anniversary reward, which I still don't know. When are they giving the elixir in the mail through the anniversary? Did they announce that? They definitely said they were going to do that. And then from there, what we have is the battle pass. If you do the paid battle pass, right, at level 26, and then the last and least efficient version of any source is doing the artifact extraction, which I made a video about how it's probably not worth doing this, but it maybe is worth doing it. In like the one thing that I think someone replied to like my pinned comment or something, and asked if I had considered daily artifact routes in evaluating this, and the answer was no, I didn't, because quite frankly I don't think most players are going to do or want to do daily artifact routes. So I don't think it's a relative factor to recommend people do. But if you do want to min-max, if you do, I should probably actually do a video, honestly, on doing a daily artifact route and trying to, like a video, can daily artifact routes make it worthwhile to use the extraction? But like we're talking, I'm guessing optimistically it would take at least 10 additional minutes per day to do a full daily artifact route, and MiHoYo limits the amount of artifacts you can get from daily artifact farming. And just in case anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about when, you know, you see like the sparkles on like wooden boxes and you interact with them, and they give you some 1 and 2 star artifacts. That's like daily artifact farming. That is not resin based. You can get a total of 60,000 artifact XP from that. And if you do that for like a full week straight, that is enough. A full week straight of daily artifact route farming is enough XP to get 1 elixir, right? A week. With that said, keep in mind that artifact XP is still potentially valuable, potentially more valuable to use to level up your existing artifacts rather than using it and dumping it into here. Like that's the case my mana counter is in, where like even if I do the daily artifact farming, I think it's still potentially more worthwhile for me to use that extra XP from the daily artifact route farming, assuming I wanted to put in the time to do it, towards existing artifacts I have, not towards this. But as potentially a way to build up your sanctifying elixir, like and get towards a particular artifact you're trying to aim for, it could be worthwhile to do that for a week, right? Like it might be a meaningful time investment, but it also might be a small enough time investment to be worthwhile. And it's crazy how they want you to play this game as little as possible. No, this is forcing you to play the game as much as possible. The artifact extraction system is absolutely made to force you to still have to grind to hell for your builds. Like that's the core problem. Is like same thing with the daily artifact route. Like even if that's an option, you're still grinding a shit ton. Like the artifact transmuter thing could have, like this thing could have allowed us to like make it so it's easier to get good builds faster. And instead, all it's really relevant for is just like, okay, if you do a bunch of exploration, you can get some maybe good artifacts at the end of all your exploration. And like, if you're a really, really high investment player who is really inefficient, like you're a high enough investment player that all you do is inefficient artifact farming, and you don't actually need your artifact XP to level up existing artifacts, then maybe this makes sense, right? But like to be able to do it, to do this most efficiently, like with that like 1 week of daily artifact route farming, a notable problem in that is you still need to have like 25 level 4 artifacts that you put that XP into, right? So you need to you need to feed that level 4 that full week of like 1 and 2 star artifacts into 25 level 0 5-star artifacts. So you'd have to specifically keep like 25 worthless artifacts that you level to level 4 just to dump into that, because you can't just directly dump level 1 and 2 artifacts into it. It's so convoluted and so annoying, and like those artifacts maybe could have been valuable artifacts to put in the strong box, right? So like anyways, like I might do a video as like of can a daily artifact route farming for a full week make the elixir extraction worthwhile? And the question of that is, in my opinion, is how short of a time can you get down to doing like the most efficient possible artifact route, right? Because if you can do it where like your loading times are fast enough that you're only spending 5 minutes a day for a week straight, so it's a 30-minute time investment for a week to be able to get the elixir, and you don't really have that much of a need to use that XP for anything else, then maybe it's worthwhile. I would need to probably do this. What? Oh, I was supposed to destroy the things I see. Oh, no, he's supposed to destroy them? Oh, they're just walls to protect me? Wait, was it even relevant to use this dude? I feel like I could have used just Kachina. Okay, well, this part would have been hard, I imagine. I'm not doing anything here, by the way. This is just auto-playing this. Okay, cool. This is MiHoYo gameplay in a nutshell. Not actually doing anything. The game is just auto-playing. Wow. What a trial. Xylonin weapon is bad. Chiori's weapon is better for Albedo. Chiori and Xylonin. I think you're undervaluing a buffing weapon. I don't think it's that relevant to do DPS Xylonin. realistically. Xylanen's DPS is not that significant and requires field time for her to do it, which means you're losing potential value for using her buff for another unit in favor of doing damage with Xylanen. So like, no. Oops. Get up. To be clear, I don't think Xylanen's weapon is that crazy, because I think my preferred build on Xylanen is going to be a fab healing build. Because all I will care at a baseline is for her doing as much buffing as possible, which you don't need any particular stats for that on her artifacts, and therefore I'd rather spec, there it is, I'd rather spec into healing, so that if I happen to pair her with Farina, I can burst consistently and heal on her, and she can generate energy for the team. Like, I will do DPS Xylanen, to be clear, and I'm sure it'll be enjoyable, but, hello, at the same time, like, the most relevant build, I think, for Xylanen is a full, how am I not critting? I have, how did that miss? What just happened there? Okay. Oh, it got the shield, that's why. Okay, yeah. I assume that's a mechanic with its energy drain thing that I haven't noticed before. That was a lot of energy particles. That was very satisfying. Okay, this, oh, we're fighting a bunch of them. If this enemy is designed in a way where, okay, they steal energy, but they give you that energy back, that's kind of interesting. That's actually an interesting mechanic then. That's much more interesting than just steal energy, right? Ow. Freaking Geoshields. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I thought Mualani's like skill hit the rock or something instead of hitting the enemy, but it was just it had a shield. Wow, 40 primos. Let's go. I need to blow my nose again. Give me a second. Also, my chat broke. Yeah, I know those things drain energy, but the fact that they give you the energy back is an interesting mechanic. It's much better than just draining energy. Yep, I see the island on the map now. Yay. Oop. Wasn't tabbed into the game. How wonderful. Alright, sweet. Let's go to this island. There might be something there, and then we'll go to this waypoint. And then I think I'm going to leave this area to last to get the waypoints. I'll switch back here because I'll go get these first because there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 visible. Or wait, there's this one too. Where is that one? Is it just like down there that I never grabbed it for some reason? Okay. I just might have skipped it when I was on my way in the initial tromp through Natlan. Yeah, I'm gonna do this area first. I mean, I say it's gonna be faster, but it's not gonna be that much faster. Anyways, I don't want to do too much exploration this stream. My goal is not to 100%, but like doing a little bit of exploration wouldn't be a bad idea, because this will help my can I 100% Natlan in one day video if I do a little bit beforehand. Right, but you know, what am I at? I'm already at 57% of this area, and I've barely done anything, it feels like, so, you know. The goal is not to do 100% everything. Anyways. Sorry to tell you there's about 10 hidden underground teleports, it's fine. That's not my point was like, the goal is to get the main teleports that are visible. I don't really care that there's that many hidden underground teleports. I should switch to Farina. Well, I don't know. I'll just leave Kachina active. I can just rely on whatever. Once you put Hydro on you and walk into the water. Yeah, I can just rely on. I'll use. I think we might want to use Kachina though for like climbing up walls while we're doing stuffs here. So. Okay. Is there nothing here? Oh no, there's, what is that? I have no idea what this is. I've seen them around a couple places, but I never interacted with them. Okay. I assume there's an animal we're supposed to take control of.
Let's have some fun, shall
I
we?
don't see one nearby, though.
Come on. Bullet.
Oh, I did that early. Oops. Mualani's AoE potential, by the way, in case you didn't notice there, that was like 250k vapes with one skill use. It's not to be underestimated. The way that the missiles launch can be awkward in that it misses sometimes. But as long as you play around it. Like I think part of the reason people think Mualani feels a little bit awkward is they're overestimating the extent of the issue because of the fact that like they're in a cave or something or near a bunch of objects. Like if you're right friggin' near, you know, a wall and hitting an enemy with Mualani, her lunge and missiles that launch off after you do her skill for her additional damage on the enemies that have the little fishy mark
Need a surfboard?
will oftentimes collide with something else. And that can make her feel a little bit worse for Overworld, to be clear. But her ease of damage output in Overworld being as simple as have Pyro do this for 2 seconds and then kill things really fast still makes her a compelling Overworld DPS. I don't know. So anyways. What? YouTube chat, can you like just function for once? For God's sake. I love Google. And like, oh, let's just change YouTube chat constantly so it breaks the ability to do something as simple as refreshing automatically in the only web browser that isn't Chrome. Sorry, there's 2 web browsers that aren't Chrome. There is Chrome, there is Firefox, and then there is Apple's WebKit. Oh, there it is. Wait, is this the enemy I'm supposed to use? This can't be. This is not the dude that... Yeah, he can't grab those. Where's the enemy I'm supposed... Or where's that thing I'm supposed to use for this? Can I just use a bow character? I feel like I can just use a bow character. Okay. Jade is great. No more, no crits. Oh yeah, on Mualani, yes. Like, that aspect is like, yeah, like, man, this is one of those annoying things about having 92% crit rate. Like, on a mathematical level, the difference between 92% crit rate and 100% crit rate, particularly if you're willing in like the situations where like the inconsistency might matter, where like not critting or not on Mualani might matter in your Abyss clear. With a character like Mualani, when she has so much of her damage loaded into one big instance of hits, where not critting is the difference in potentially a few seconds. That might be the difference in clearing or not. But use Mualani. Oh, can I just... Oh, yeah, I can just use Mualani. Nice. Didn't consider that. Perfect. Nice. Thank you. That's more fun.
Oh no, I dropped it. Quick, pick it up.
What was it saying?
I can just jinx it.
Also, Sethos, why are you so dead? Here. I forgot what I was saying. Oops. Oh well. Oh, yeah. The value of having like 100% crit rate on Mualani, is like you don't have to then optimize it around crit rate, but like it's also like really annoying when even when you have like a like this is a highly invested enough two-piece build, with enough good stats on the different artifacts that like it is not going to be super easy for me to have 4-piece of the new set that meaningfully beats it as far as damage output. Like it won't be that hard to get it to beat it, but to beat it in a way that's like noticeable enough that like makes it worthwhile to farm the improvement of the new set over my pretty good two-piece build is not necessarily worth the resin per se, right? But I'm gonna farm it anyways because I might need the artifacts for other units, right? So I'm not just farming for Mualani, so it's fine. But like that difference of like never having to worry about because Mualani with Sacrificial Jade with no crit rate substats, so you can just ignore the need. You don't need to farm any crit rate, right? Which I consider an upside. You don't need to farm any crit rate. Although the crit rate can have very minor upside of if you use Mulaney's burst before you skill, you won't have the 4-piece 40% crit rate from this. So if you're using her burst before you skill with the new artifacts, on the new artifacts, then having a little bit of crit rate in subsets isn't technically a dead stat, but anyways, right, like doing Sacrificial Jade, her being a crit rate ascending character, and then the 40% crit rate from the new artifacts puts her at 101% crit rate at a baseline. So you never see weirdness. Like somehow I haven't been doing that much in combat with Mualani in this video, but somehow saw like I think 3 or 4 non-crits already. It's just okay game. And sometimes it's nice not to have to optimize around RNG for a character, wherein getting a crit on that really big damage multiplier hit matters a lot. So, anyways, I can probably afford going 4-piece new set and give her the craftable. Depends on the artifacts. I don't have the artifacts yet. So, if by some chance I end up getting, the game trolls me and I get the more rare artifacts first, like I get, HP double crit pieces or EM double crit, EM time piece and HP time pieces, basically well, okay, it depends on how many EM buffs you have going on the team. If you're doing like, the amount of EM buffs I'm doing from like instructors and whatever on her, and Force Regalia, her weapon, then like the value of an EM timepiece goes down, but it can go up higher relative to if you have less EM buffs going on the team. But it's like close. It's EM timepiece versus HP timepiece is close enough that use whatever one you have that has better substats in my opinion. But anyways, if I somehow get, because the notable thing with Sacrificial Jade is, right, like crit rate, crit damage is a rarer combination of substats than crit damage HP percent, right? And HP percent will increase her damage a similar amount as a crit roll will. So like when you use Sacrificial Jade on Mualani with the new artifacts, crit damage HP percent is your double crit. But crit damage HP percent is a more common stat combination to get on artifacts, because it's an RNG system with different weights of like what the substats, how often you see different substats appear on artifacts, and HP percent is a more common substat than crit rate. So wanting HP percent over crit rate makes it easier to farm for the relevant stats for her, right? So it should be quicker for me with Sacrificial Jade to get to a good build versus the craftable, right? Like by all means, if you're going by the normal standards and only prioritizing double crit pieces, then yes, Sacrificial Jade is not good, because if you're only keeping double crit pieces, which you shouldn't be, you should not be only keeping double crit pieces, then crit rate is a dead stat. But like, anyways, whatever. Use the transformer. What are you talking about? What transformer? Your parametric transformers in claim, but so what? Why does it matter? Sethos is level 70, but Noelle is not. It doesn't matter. Sethos is an aggravate scaler, and he also triggers hyperblooms. And Noelle is a defense scaler. She gains like a little bit from going up to level 90, but not that much. Like I've gotten the majority of the value for not the full amount of the resources. But like, anyways, 2-piece Golden Troop works on Mualani? No, she doesn't do any skill damage. She does literally no skill damage. You use her skill to deal damage, but her damage counts as normal attack damage. It says that in her skill description. Where does it say it? Damage dealt this way is considered normal attack damage. Look for those descriptions in character kits. They're important for determining what artifacts and weapons are relevant. But yeah, Noelle, like Wet Rock, like Noelle, Farina, Elan, works quite well, regardless of, of Noelle being level 90, or regardless of comparison to level 90 versus level 87 Noelle. It's not a meaningful difference, so it's not worth it. Whereas like Sethos, I enjoy playing Sethos more than Noelle, so like I'm gonna prioritize Sethos over Noelle. I like Noelle, but I like playing Zethos more, so, you know. Anyways. No, my Shivers is not C6. What was I going to switch to? Oh yeah, back to Kachina, so exploration.
Another chance to.
Is Mualani's skill worth crowning? I mean, if you really... The only time it's really, generally speaking, worth it to crown abilities is if they're abilities that are beneficial not to just one character, in my opinion. So that means the only abilities that are truly worth crowning are meaningful buffing abilities in the game. So that would include Furina's Burst. That would include Bennett's Burst. And that would include... that's basically it. With that said, like, if you really like a character, use them a lot. Or is the character that, like, is doing, like when I'm doing an Arlecchino vape team, right? I'm doing Arlecchino, Candace, Bennett, Kazuha. Arlecchino is doing 99% of the team's damage. Maybe not 99%, but definitely over 90% of the team's damage. And all of that damage is coming from her normal attack talent. In that specific team context, it can be very worthwhile to crown, potentially. But, like... It depends on what can the resources you spend crowning, which is resin, more like all resin equivalent things. What can the resources you spend trying to crown an ability be used on other than crowning, right? So, as far as Mualani being a unit that is designed, generally speaking, I imagine most people will enjoy making her do as much damage as possible. If you really enjoy her and want to get the most value possible out of her, and your goal is to do that first before you bother focusing on anything else in the game, even if you get more value for your resources spent to otherwise, then, like, yeah, like, if you're gonna crown any of Mualani's abilities, it makes sense to crown her skill. So, crown the characters you like a lot, right? But there's not many abilities that on a resource cost level actually are worthwhile. What? Why did I deal 70k there? These things have some kind of resistance? I have no idea. They must have resistance, I feel like. I don't know. That was a vaporize, right? Or maybe it wasn't a vaporize for some reason. I don't know. Wouldn't surprise you. There's like... There's water nearby, so it's possible there's hydro under the ground that actually applied hydro to them and got rid of the burning aura. Is the Starkglitter crown worth getting? Absolutely not. That is a scam. You will get plenty of crowns over time as you play the game. If you run out of crowns, you are spending too many crowns. Right. Like, so for a point of comparison, I have played the game for like a little bit over 2.5 years. Where the frick is it? Where are they? God dang it. I always forget where they are. I think they're in here. No, there they are. I have 21 crowns, and I'll get another one this patch. I have used 1, 2. And I'll probably crown her normal attack eventually, just for because I like Dia, but like, that's not a priority. If I like Mualani a lot, I will double crown her. There's a very good chance I will double crown her, eventually. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got a level 9 his burst eventually because it bugs me that it's not that 9, 4, 8 just bugs me. Anyways. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't remember why I did that. I think I just wanted her to heal more. This is one of the funniest crowns I spent. Honestly, don't regret it. I like it. Anyways. Crown in there, 12. Because I like DPS cat. Big number is fun. 13. I think that's it. I do believe that is it. 9 on her. Yep, that's it. So spend 13. I've gotten 34 crowns over. Wait, I did Ganyu. Oh yeah, I did Ganyu. Yeah. I forgot. Ganyu was like the first limited 5-star that I got that I like played a lot and for Overworld, and I was like, it's worth it to do this. This was before I knew when it made like I did not understand like how to do Melt Ganyu, for example. So like I could have gotten much more. I want to like when I crowned this, I could have gotten much more value out of Ganyu's kit and out of Ganyu's normal attacks by learning how to play Ganyu and using different characters with her, like understanding the game's mechanics. More value than I would have than I got out of actually crowning, right? So like, you know, was it worth doing that? No. But anyways, so 35 crowns. 35 crowns is what I've gotten. And I would say most of the crowns I have spent weren't really necessary. Right? They're just things I wanted to do. And that's perfectly fine. If I was not a content creator, I will say like I would have pulled for a little bit less. I would not necessarily. No, I definitely would have pulled for less characters at this point. Like, I don't think I would have gone for Mualani realistically, even though I am really enjoying her right now. The point is, I would have like if I wasn't a content creator, at the very least I would spend less resources leveling up. Like, quite frankly, C6 Lynette is fun, but I don't think I ever would have bothered leveling up Lynette at all. If it weren't for being a content creator kind of thing, as an example. So I'd have more resources to spend like crowning abilities for how long I played the game. Which, you know, means I would have less crowns. But I still would have plenty, right? That's my point. Like, they give enough of them that you probably should not be using them all up, except for like when you very initially play. But if you're a newer player, you probably should be focused on, you know, diversifying resources into different units rather than using it for hyper investing into one unit. Right? Like, hyper investing is a thing to do eventually on your character, so this is not gonna work. Oops. Oops. Oh wait, there's a thing over here. That's what I was supposed to do. I think Burn Melt Ganyu would be, feels better to play because you don't have insane ER requirements in Xiangling. Yeah. I'd rather do Burn Melt Ganyu with Dia. Wait, I know I don't have to kill this dude, by the way. But I'm killing him anyways, because he... What? I thought I switched to keys. I'm killing him anyways because he attacked me. It's the principle of the matter. What teams would be good for Klee? Basically, follow the Vaporize format. Probably Bennett. Probably Kazuha. Probably a Hydra unit. So Klee's best team is probably Furina, Bennett, Kazuha. Realistically. Is that sad potentially? Yeah, maybe. Is it necessary? Not necessarily. You could probably do Saint-Cho, and Saint-Cho can have some advantages over Furina. Like the team being less fragile. So, you know. And yeah, you can do Burgeon Klee. You can still do other things with your Pyro unit. Yada yada. Pyro carries are... Why? How do I... Ah, I see. There we go. I figured it out. 2 seconds after saying why. Pyro carries are useful in a lot of ways. Mihoyo likes to make minion abyss cycle that, like, hey, use Pyro. So, you know, you can find use for Klee. Weapons for Vishal. Either a quit weapon as a staff stick, or Stringless. Stringless is notably like her basically, well, not okay, the best crit stack 6 particularly the Frines, can start to beat. Like, I'm pretty sure on my account, because the game has just pooped Skyward Bows on me. Like, I think I've gotten 3. I currently have an R3 Skyward Harp on my official. I've gotten 3 of these from Standard Banner. The game has just pooped these on me. I think at R3, it starts to slightly beat out R5 Stringless, even in Aggravate. But R5 Stringless in an Aggravate team for official is technically better than an R1 Stringless. Or, sorry, Skyward Harp. Obviously, it's better than an R1 Stringless. So, anyways, if you have Stringless, is probably the most compelling option for her, realistically. But crit weapons, I would say, start to be more valuable if you're playing official and non-Aggravate teams. And I do that a lot, but maybe you won't. Official is definitely at her strongest, most likely with Aggravate teams. Clean up nearby waters. We're going to use more money. Dang it. Oh, I just have to... I see, okay. Nice. I hate you with your harp R3 when you have no harp for my official. I mean, did you notice I had an additional harp too? The only reason I haven't refined it into R4 is I'm just like, maybe I'll need it eventually. As a extra harp generic stat stick. Oh my god, I don't care. Okay, maybe that is important. No, feel free to yell at me on Discord or whatever. That's an important lore thing I missed. But oh my god. Almighty pot, not almighty, a-mighty. What was I saying? Yeah, I have a lot of harps. I would share them if I could. Oops. Catch the fleeing fish. Oh, I see. Well, I think it stands no chance with Mulan. Yoink. Yeah. I will probably, if I get another harp, which is inevitable, realistically. If I get another harp, I will probably refine Fischl to R5, because, I don't know, 10% more crit damage on the fish. Why not? I haven't, since I got the extra harp that is sitting at level 1, I have not found a need as of yet to level that up. It's possible, that was 20 primos for that quest? Wow, okay. I'll take it. That was the most nothing quest for 20 primos, but I'll take that. That's for the fact that 20 primos is, you know, 1/8 of a wish. That feels like an appropriate amount of time investment, so that's fine. What was it saying?
Need a surfboard?
Oh yeah, the Skyward Harp. Was my official build at? I don't even remember. I might have changed her build around a little bit recently. That is not correct. There we go. So, when I get the main compelling reason for me, if I get another copy of Skyward Harp, is at R5 it goes from 30 crit damage. So from R3 to R5 is 10% more crit damage. And that would make my official have over 200 crit damage. Is that actually worth refining necessarily? Yeah. But considering how many other frickin' bows I have, it's probably fine, right? Like, I still have this as a generic stat stick bow, but I don't know. It'll depend on, like, you know, like, I think Chaska. We have no idea what Chaska's kit exactly looks like. All we really know is she's an animo unit, and she might do animo DPS things. Hopefully she does animo DPS things wherein she can change her elemental damage. Like, she can be a modal DPS unit. That's what I want her to be. That'd be very, very fun. And, you know, if she has a normal attack focus, oh wow, I can finally make use of this mistake. So, anyways, and like generic stat stick, high base, lower base attack than this, but gives attack percent, bunch of crit damage, high amount of attack, and maybe the normal attack damage percent is relevant, maybe, for Chaska, who knows. Yeah, we know she uses a bow. But I think if Chaska comes out and I don't have, if Chaska comes out and I don't have a compelling reason to use this extra harp, you might say, oh, give Chaska the R3 harp. No. Fischl gets the R3 harp. Then I will consider leveling it for her maybe, but I think I'd rather have an R5 harp on Fischl. Harp refinements aren't the most valuable, to be clear. Like, we're talking 5% crit damage per refinement. Unless you're in a situation like me where you just have a lot of bows because of mistakes you've made, or you're lucky, or you just pull for that many bows for whatever reason, you probably should not refine your harp. It's not that valuable. Sneeze, or not sneeze, I'm gonna blow my nose. Yeah, we can climb this mountain. Oh wait, I said I was gonna... Wow, I've been making such slow progress. See, this is why I'm not gonna live stream when I do my video. On Can I 100% in 24 hours, because I've been streaming for like... I think I've said for like at least an hour I wanted to try to start unlocking waypoints, and I've unlocked 2. Anyways. I'm gonna do a physical, yeah, physical Fischl with Yoimiya bow, maybe. Unfortunately, physical is bad. Okay, let's. No, we're gonna. This area feels like, because I can like. Actually, this one's a little bit. These two. This one's easy because it's right by here. This one I'll have to go out of my way to get. But then I can warp back to here, get this one, go here. Go here. Probably warp back here. Get this one. 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 Right? Like that. This seems like a simple procedure that shouldn't take long, right? And then, so okay, let's go get this one, because that should be easy. And then I can go get this one, this one, this one, this one, right? This should be simple. Should be simple. Here, let's do a poll. Will I, like, I don't plan on streaming for probably much more than like an hour and a half more. Maybe 2 hours more. Will I be able to unlock, not unlock all waypoints, is meaning all the waypoints that show on the map, not all of the waypoints in Natlan. Like, I'm not going to get the achievement for, oh, you got all the waypoints, because there's like the quest locked waypoints or whatever. Will I be able to unlock all waypoints? Yes or no? Place your bets. I think I will be able to. I'm optimistic. I know I've not been efficient thus far, but I'm optimistic. They're telling you to climb because there's a local legend? Oh. You want me to... Is there a local legend up here? I'll go climb up there. If there's a local legend, I'll go up there. As soon as I get this. Yes? Okay, I'll go back there quickly. Love your content. You're probably my top 5 YouTubers. Crazy how much time you actually invest in your vids and streams. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. Like, sometimes my dad asks me, like, oh, how much do you get paid, like, hourly? And I'm just like, my dude, I don't even know how to, like, approximate the amount of time, like how do you approximate the amount of time invested in something as simple as the Mualani video, when, like, a lot of, like, what I did in the Mualani video involves, like, thinking about Mualani during, like, the entire version before her release, right? Like, that technically counts as time that went into, like, that end result of that video. Like, I don't know, it's so weird being a content creator and trying to, like, extrapolate, like, oh yes, I get this hourly equivalent of money made. And the closest thing I can do is just like, well, I made this amount of money. If I divide that by a standard, like, 40-hour work week, I'm making this much money. But also, your brain, when you're a content creator, your brain never goes off of content creator mode, I feel like. Assuming on the asterisk of, like, you're an idea-focused content creator. And, like, I'm an idea-focused creator and, like, trying to have new ideas for things to do in Genshin, using Genshin as a platform. Sorry, I went this direction because I saw a Oculus, which I'm going to get. The local legend has 10 million HP, really? Alright. Yoink. Die, please. Thank you. Hey, see, this was the smart decision because it's gonna get me up here faster. Alright. Where is he? I don't see him. He probably just, he might not be visible yet. Okay. There's a puzzle. I think we can handle that. Maybe. At least this is a local legend that is pretty convenient to access, I think. But also I don't see it. Is it the slime? Is the slime the local legend? I might have to do the puzzle too. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Let's go do the puzzle first, and then we'll do the slime. Oh, Ancestral Temple, huh? Okay. Alright. You 2 yellow paint buckets. Wait, and a third one spilled. You're trying to trick me. I see. You have none. Does that mean 0? Okay. That is 2 paint buckets. Wait. This one also has 0. Okay. And this has 2. Okay. Well, we have 3. 2. 0, 0. And this one. Which I don't know what the big thing counts as. Okay, this puzzle is slightly more convoluted than I expected. What does this do? Hello, sir. Is this the local legend? No. I would have been down with one of these dudes as a local legend, because I think other than their pyro resistance, they, well, actually no, there's different types of these that have different resistances, I think. But they're kind of enjoyable. They would have been an enjoyable, tanky enemy to fight. Alright, well, first of all, let's try... You know, I'm gonna treat that one as 3. Okay, I have no idea. Do that. Do that. And then wait 10 years. Actually, we'll just do this. Ah, I was correct. Okay, just ignore the ones that were 0. Perfect. Alright. Very good. Alright, let's see what the slime is up. What is up with the slime? Let's switch to Farina. To not die, hopefully. Shoop doop. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Oh, okay. Please. Wait. What? There we go. That was a chest. Okay, well that was not a local legend. In the pool where the waypoint... Oh, okay. You guys said it was up here. Like, said climb up to go to the thing. You didn't say go down. Well, I apologize, but I was misinformed. Okay. See your chest. Oop, forgot you did that. Just a freebie. Alright, we'll take it. That was an instructor circlet. Gotta check it. Gotta check it. Nope. Let's go to waypoint. 2 local legends in the area. There's 2 local legends in this area. Is he all the way at the bottom? I have no idea what this is. If there's a whole arse puzzle here, we're gonna ignore for now. That'll be a thing for the video. Is it supposed to be down here? There's 9 local legends in Natlan? Really? Wow. I'm down. I'm very down. I'm surprised I haven't run into one by accident yet. Well. I have no clue where this thing is. What is that? Is that it? Or is that related to it? I saw people saying black stones in chat, so touch. Trial of Sealing. Is this it? It is the stone here. Oh, okay, okay. Trial of Sealing. During this trial, use cryo attacks. Oh, okay. Well, use cryo attacks on the hydroflow construct summoned by the flow inverted way hub manifestation. I gotta cough. To freeze them. Use this, or perhaps find a way to use your opponent's moves to deal damage to the constructs, or use them to block those attacks. Okay. Cool. All right. Oh, this is the area. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. This is the environment that I fell into. The one that I have no idea if they patched it out yet, but in the area down here, there's a very easy way to fall into this area and just explore around it. That's where we found out there was a nail here, which is interesting. They hid it from view. It is like right up there, though. Anyways, sorry for the spoilers, I guess, but I think it's more interesting. It's one of those spoilers. It's like, oh, there's a nail here. I wonder what that means, right? Anyways, let's fight 3 times versus all local legends for the primos. What? Okay, interesting. So yeah, this thing wanting cryo is a problem. I will say that. We will see what happens. I suspect this is going to be a bit of a challenge with the Mualani. We basically just have Emily doing something. Oh no, a bubble. What is this doing? Okay, we can whack it. Alright. He's spawning another one. Okay. Ow. I did a lot of damage. Wait, I can't whack it? Ow. Ow. Oh my god. Alright. Well, that's fine. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. I think I need cryo. It did say or find another way, which does that mean like... I'm just messing around here. This is interesting. This is an interesting challenge. Okay. Well, you can just avoid those, but that's not hard to avoid either. The laser attack is a problem. You need cryo. It said or find another way though. I do suspect. Oh, you can avoid it with Mualani. Oh, well, not until. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I suspect cryo is the easiest option. Okay. Interesting. It kept me here too. Okay. Let's thinky a little bit here. Okay. Who do I want to use against this dude? Fight the god of immortality. I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first local legend I fought in Natlan at all. Yeah, we can delete this team. I can. Emily is just a character I don't need that many preset teams for. If we want to do cryo, I think the most fun option would be Ganyu. I don't know if it's that realistic to do Mount Ganyu though. Against this thing with its shield. You don't need cryo damage, just application. Yeah, I kind of figured that. But if we're doing cryo, it would be more fun, in my opinion, to do cryo DPSing.
As per our contract.
So
I have high hopes for this journey.
we could just do a MH build on Ganyu with Farina. Oh boy. And how about living? Living is nice, is it not? How about living though? I think more cryo application would be good. So how about we do Charlotte? Are you still equipped?
Interview started.
Are you still equipped? Kind of. Kind of. Your circlet was stolen. By who? Oh, by Farina. That's fine. We gotta switch Farina back to probably a normal-ish build. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't. You know what? Frick it. You know what? Frick it. We're gonna. Farina's not gonna do much damage anyways. We're just gonna leave her on this build. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright, so Charlotte. Healy build. Yeah, we're fine. Okay. And then... and it's more cryo, right. Let's just do some animos. So the obvious option would be like Kazuha, right? For damage. But considering the death, I don't know. Like, you die so quick to this thing that I don't actually think Jean is necessary. But I was considering Jean, right? I don't have Shinha. So I think I'm just going to do Kazuha. Because I think as long as you interface with destroying the things, I presume he doesn't do the laser attack. Or if he does, that's going to be awful. If he still does the laser attack, even when you destroy all the things, it's going to suck. Layla getting the neglect. I have like a level 40 Layla. Let's just do this for a second. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh god. Okay, well, we swirled Hydro. Perfect. Alright, that's what we needed. I didn't put artifacts on God. Oops. I mean, it's still not dysfunctional, I guess. Well, oh well. Oh well. What? The ball just went off at a distance. Alright, so is this just... Okay, are you supposed to throw the balls at him? Is that what you're supposed to do? Oh, I see. I see. Oh, I see. That's what prevents you from dying from that. I see. Okay, so you definitely need cryo. Alright. I see. I see. My problem is I was told this thing has 10 million HP. And 10 million HP is a lot. Yeah, there we go. Okay, okay. Wow, look at that damage. Alright. I need to do that. Ah! Wow, 37k. God, frick. Okay. Okay, I might need a proper build on Ganyu and also avoid dying better. Jean would not have helped there though, right? Because like it just basically got one shot. So let's try to put artifacts on Jean, or artifacts on Ganyu. He does have a big laser. Let's see. I wish it would heal my characters. But that's fine. We can just do this. Heal up a little bit. This is doable. I don't know if Charlotte... Well, no, I think it's fine to keep Charlotte here as a healer. Any healer helps big time. Yeah. I don't think I have anyone I want to use, and I'm stubborn, and I don't like using healers. So, you know, what am I doing? Let's see. Artifacts. That's probably fine. Let's do... Wonder... I'm not sure if Skyward Harp or versus Aqua Simulacra is a little bit close, I think, here. I'm probably not going to be able to have the passive of an Aqua, so it's basically just crit damage stat stick. Is that worthwhile to use versus this? I think I'm going to use Skyward Harp. And hopefully remember to switch Fischl back in the future. And we're not triggering melts, so we don't exactly care about the EM. Oh yeah, I'm now reminded that I don't actually have a good flower that has like a bunch of attack percent. So, oh well. We will use... Oh wait, no, not... we're probably going to use this. And then we're probably going to use this. And then we're probably going to use this. Why is Yai on that? What the frick did I do to my Yai build? Whoa. I don't know why Yai is on this. What did I have her on? I had her on 2P's attack, 2P's attack, I think. Which means I had her on a Shimin Awa Flower? Okay. Why the frick did she lose it? I don't... Okay. Yai should not have been on that piece. Don't know how that happened. Alright. Perfect. And then flower. First of all, let's just see how this be. With the high crit rate piece. Perfect, I say. Perfect. Not perfect, because she gets some free crit rate, actually, so this doesn't actually make sense, but we're going to do it anyways, it's fine. I might... Honestly, there's a compelling reason to do a... like a defense piece or something. Maybe. If it's the difference maker in living or not, right? This might actually make sense. I'm not kidding. Like, we don't have to clear this in a given amount of time. We just have to not die. So... Anywho's. Let's see. Shoot. Put the healing mode out for now. Freeze. That almost... Wait, what? You have to charge attack? Yeah, okay. That one missed. Alright. Didn't mean to do that even, but... Damn. Yeah, beating this without cryo sounds near impossible or a nightmare, but I kind of want to see someone do it. Okay, I saw the laser and that scared me. Gotta go on this. I didn't swirl cryo. Frick. Did you freeze? Why can't I get cryo? Okay, well, whatever. Just no. I'm doing less damage than I was before. Got a cough, I'm sorry. Sorry, side effect from being a little bit sick still. Alright, you already got your shield back. Alright, well, no, you move around. Or not. Let's do that. Oh, they're trying to spook me.
Next on the agenda.
Oh, no, send it that direction. It uses my player position to determine that. Wait, is it regenerating health if it does hit it? Oh, I didn't know it did that. Was that about getting the waypoints? I mean, this is your guys' fault. So, you know. I take no fault for this.
This is trouble.
I take no fault for this. Just kill me.
My contract goes.
Interesting amount of iframes there. Or maybe it wasn't iframes, maybe that only does damage instance in a set amount of time. I don't know. Can you just kill me, sir? Like, why are you so bad at killing me? Please.
Headline. Still. needs
Uh,
a headline.
I don't know. Does that attack? Does that attack that killed my Ganyu, the AoE wave? Do you just have to like block all the Hydra balls to prevent him from doing it? Is that just a one shot regardless of where you are in the field? That's what it kind of felt like. Can you kill me, please? Like, the reason I want to die is because if I die, I'm pretty sure it's going to regenerate my health. Whereas if I end the challenge, the characters will be dead and I have to heal them.
Again.
That's what, like, abandoning the challenge is worse. Oh, they still put me at, oh, frick you, Mihail. God dang it, like, why? So now I had to waste my freaking time. Yes, I should have abandoned. I just assumed they were going to full heal me. You need to destroy the shield. If you don't stop the balls, they regenerate it. I mean, I figured the destroy the shield part out, but I was more concerned about when the attack happens. The attack that one-shots me. I figured the destroy the balls mechanic, and then yes, obviously I could have done that better. My question was, does he do the attack regardless of destroying the balls or not? That, and I was mostly just thinking out loud. I will find out as I play more. Kaya, please. He freezes easy and fast. I am not going to use a level 21 Kaya. You guys told me to do the frickin' cryo one. So you earned this.
We're way behind schedule.
This aspect is annoying. The fact that it doesn't it calculates the projection for where it launches based on your character position, not based on the direction the attack hits from. It's annoying. You know what? Whatever. Just not even gonna bother Farina buffing. Just do damage like this. No.
We're way behind schedule.
Just assumed he was going to. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go.
This is
Yeah,
long
I guess.
overdue.
It's probably gonna get a shield back now though.
Schedule.
No. Okay. Where's the balls? There they are. So I don't have to make... Ow. Ow. I don't have to make them hit him this time, right? Because if I have to make them hit him, that's really awful. Because, like, it's, like, impossible to run around these in the proper way. To do that. No, he still does that regardless of the balls reaching him. Okay. The balls have to hit him? Yeah. That's really awful because they spawn... Right, they spawn all around.
Take these photos to the Steam Bird.
So that's why you're recommending Kaya, because there's like no freaking way to do anything if you don't have just cryo that follows you. Is there any character that isn't just annoying as fuck to do this with that isn't Kaya? I didn't mean it. Wrong button. Rio? Yeah, I guess Rio, yeah. Honestly, Charlotte might be better, yeah. Ganyu sends them with non-fully charged decks? Okay, that's... Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's good. I don't know. This isn't that interesting to fight to me anymore if it's just dealing with the jank of the balls. I'll be quite frank. Like it feels right now. It's like it's interesting. It's still cool because it's like a puzzle to figure out, but it doesn't actually feel like you're fighting something. It feels more like a puzzle to figure out that uses the combat of Genshin. So, anyways, and I'm very annoyed that I have to waste time. I didn't. Yeah, like. Okay, so there actually I should have let. Oh no, I was correct. I should have let freaking Kazuha die because I would have gotten a revive instead of now I can't revive. So, I'll be honest. I'm not in the mood to do this right now. I don't think it'll be that hard.
Time to go.
Probably because like you don't really need that much actual damage output, right? So like Kazuha isn't needed here. So just having like cryo or like yeah, like Kaya, Zhongli, Nuvilat, Farina sounds like it'd be perfectly good. I just don't really care right now. And I don't have Zhongli to be clear. Okay, no, my sick is getting worse. Where's the immortal one? Is it nearby? I don't want to spend. I could do it, but I'll potentially do a dedicated stream with these things, the local legends in the future. This wasn't the plan for the stream. We can just do more, but. As a Kazuha main, you want a good team for him, but don't have Farazan, you have Mona. Do C6 Benedict. It's on the mountains of the puzzle you completed? What? It's on this mountain? I mean, it's on this one. This is a different mountain. Like this is like a different plateau. Like it's in the same general area, yes, but like this is a different mountain. Okay. I think it's still probably most efficient to go here because we can go up the teleporter. Let's go heal these dead people. Quick. You don't need Kaya nor Jungler. I didn't say you need them, but they're certainly going to make them easier. Like having cryo that is just around you, that will freeze the things. But like there's also a problem by I assume you don't get energy from using like a skill on the balls. So you have to like go up to him to get energy. It's just like, I don't know. It just seems like an annoying thing to work with based on the fact that I have, you know, cryo characters that if I use most of them, they will get one shot, right? And I'm not really in the mood to do it right now. That's kind of all it is. So there's plenty of options that I have that it won't be that hard. Didn't say you need Zhongli, but obviously Zhongli would be potentially nice, particularly if he prevents you from like being one shot from some of the attacks. Duh. So, anyways, we're just gonna name this Local Legends. I can't. Well, there we go. Just name it that, I guess. Over here. But yeah, Nuvilat with burst support Ganyu could actually work pretty well, probably. Because you could just auto charge attack, and I presume any unit that can just charge it, that can be in a charge attack state without it. I'll have Kachina active, of course. That'd be right, yeah. Any unit that can auto charge attack without being in a state, and like, or units that can move around fairly fast around the battlefield, which is not that many. Have potentially an advantage there, but yeah, the second phase with the balls that spawn from the outside, and because of the fact that you have to specifically get behind the ball to get it to hit towards it, like it really annoys me that I couldn't, right? Because like what I tried to do in one instance there was like pretend this is the dude, right, that was sitting in the middle. I was standing over here with Ganyu. There was a ball that was like over here, and I specifically tried to shoot behind the ball, right? If the ball was right here, I was over there. And the ball was right here. I tried to shoot to the side of it so that Ganyu's AoE, so the location of the attack was my hope, was what was being used to calculate the direction the ball moved. And instead it's not, it's the location of your player. So because of the fact that my player was here, and I shot the ball, even though the attack came from over this direction, based on where I aimed it, it still just shot off that direction away from the dude. That makes it so much more annoying. So, anyways. Can I not reactivate the... There was definitely an Animo thingy here before, by the way. That's why I came over here. It's not here anymore. I'm upset. So... okay. Oh well. Naomi thinks it would have been faster to go here, which I'm going to do. Although it depends on how high this thing is. It is not very high. Good. I want to get that, but it'll be fine. I'll get it eventually. Surely. Can you do these in multiplayer? These Blackstone challenge ones, specifically? Because, like, it wouldn't surprise me if it just is a teleport thingy that's like, oh, you can't activate this in multiplayer. I still want them to release just a really tanky local legend that does not have, like, abilities that literally one-shot you. Like, I just want a tanky enemy to fight that, like, mostly stands still and lets you get some damage output on it, so you can use it as a damage dummy for testing things. But Mihoyo refuses to release a damage dummy, and Mihoyo refuses to... I know it's right here. We're gonna go get the waypoint quick. They refuse to release a damage dummy. They refuse to making these local legends just be like a testing ground, because they don't actually want you to test things in this game. They want you to just have a billion characters to deal with a billion different situations, which is annoying. That's my only real theory for why they refuse to let, like, people have a neutral testing platform, because it would actually, like, maybe it'll clue them into the fact that they don't need to pull for 5 billion characters most of the time. Anywho's. It's the capybara. I mean, maybe the capybara is that. If the capybara... But I also literally just saw the chat saying the capybara, like, one-shots everyone in the game, including with Zhongli's shield. So, like... I don't think that qualifies for what I was saying if it's really aggressive. If it's not very aggressive and it's easy to dodge, like, it stays mostly fairly still, and is relatively easy to dodge its attacks, then... that's an absolute win. I hope you guys are correct. But anyways, I like most of the local legends as a one-time challenge. They are enjoyable additions to the game, but they're just more like puzzles and challenges to figure out one time, and are not usually useful to test. All right, so this is the Immortal God. Okay, I don't have energy, of course. Also, Furina does not have. God dang it. Now Furina doesn't have the correct... She still has enough ER, but, like, it'll be fine, I guess. Is this the capybara, by the way? Does he have Hydra on him permanently? No, I don't think he does. No, okay. This is the capybara. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have... I didn't start with the right things up, so, you know. Okay, I literally didn't see its attack. That's kind of annoying. Where is it? Why are you over here? Okay, Mulan is going to be hard to dodge his attacks with. Mulan problem, but... I literally didn't see where it went, so you know. Some people use attacks with higher interruption capabilities to interrupt the charge attacks of the target. Or just dodge, how about?
Need a surfboard?
Okay, that's fun. I don't... Why does it make no sound, by the way? Oh my god, okay. bro has so much HP. I just hit 25k. Oh, it probably does. It takes less damage when it's doing this. Ow! Oh my god. Okay. Well, No, this one is fun to fight. Okay. I don't understand why it has like no audio cues whatsoever. Like, what the actual f? Why? like I'm hearing nothing from it. I hear literally nothing. And with the visual massive Genshin, having no audio cues, having no audio cues in the visual mess of Genshin, and, you know, not be able to see it doing something, it, like, yeah, it makes it stealthy, I guess, which is really annoying. It makes it really annoying. But yeah, the fact that it's just a dodge play well enemy, this is a fun enemy. I will probably use it in future videos to fight, and I'll probably die to it a lot because it still does a lot of damage. Yeah, I mean, I should just let my characters die, honestly, at this point. Well, yeah, you know what? No, we'll bring.
The lantern is
Oops.
extinguished.
So, anyways, it's still how much damage it deals is still like a problem. Like it's not an easy enemy, I think, but the fact that you can break its poise and do that, I suspect means there's a lot of teams that can trivialize it. So this is probably the best damage dummy local legend they have made, which I like it for that. So, can I just use Dia here to knock it out of this? Yeah, you can. So, right. So there are some. My point with that is that I think there are some teams that will definitely not work very well with this dude. But there are also some teams that will work pretty well. Also, this is not going to function because Dia doesn't do a coordinated attack. But anyway, we're gonna just retry here. Knowing how it works now, I can definitely work around it a little bit more. So, anyways, freaking. Okay, where is this? Wait, I don't know where it was exactly. Frick. Okay, well it's fine. I can just go the waypoint. He twerks on you after it attacks. Nice. Yeah, I like this enemy. This is a fun enemy. This is much less annoying than like the implementation of that cryo one. And it's just like a funny enemy with fun attacks. I don't get why it has literally no audio cues. That's a little bit goof. It makes it seem a little kind of jank. I will say, but you know, let's try to get some energy. Why did I use DZ over there? God dang it. We should probably give Farina a healing bonus. I don't know. This if I play well, this team should be able to deal with it, right? I think. The walls might be a problem because he did get. I think with Mualani, the core problem might actually be the walls, believe it or not, which is stupid. Because I think Mualani's hits might hit the freaking wall and then not actually hit it. But we'll see. This is probably good enough. Let's give you back a healing bonus circlet. There you go. Heal a little bit more from her. Also means we'll get damage bonus slightly faster if she needs to be healed and gets damage bonus going. What am I doing? Shoop doop. Try again. Just use Jean. Why does Jean just stun it? We can just use Jean. Jean won't really interfere with anything, I guess. That's fair. But yeah, I was thinking more, yeah, just on-field Dia for a couple seconds at the right time. But yeah, the fact that you have to do specific things to interrupt some of his things makes it not a very good damage dummy necessarily. Like the fact that you're gonna have to do something to deal with it doing its charge attack or dodge it. Which either way, you're not able to use it as a damage dummy in that instance. So like, it's not ideal, I think, but I think it's probably the best one we maybe have so far. But I haven't seen the rest of the Natlan ones, right? So, I don't know. I like it. It's an interesting one. It's fun. And yes, you can dodge it still, which makes it more engaging to fight to me. So, I will almost assuredly use it or fight this dude in my videos in the future. Yeah, okay. This is a decent gimmick for a unit.
Reconstitute. I swear by my sword.
Oh, I just picked up the friggin' flower on Jean. Oops. Oh, also I just did that.
Check this out.
And not late. I think the burning happened right at the non-ideal time. Oh well. Also, we're in Natland, so playing. We're in Natland, so playing. Uh oh. There we go. We're fine. We're fine.
Let's get it on. This'll brighten up the place.
Playing Mualani is not as intuitive. That's another reason I think she feels a little bit jank to people, is because she like just stays on field for too long, and then you run out of being able to do things properly with her. If you leave her on field too long, which makes her feel jank when you're using her in Natland. Right, like now I need to on-field it, right?
Neutralize.
And restart things. Well, I should have done this first, that was dumb.
Barbados. Guide us. Carving wave. Amazing.
What? Oh, he's doing his charge attack. Whoops. That's why. I was very confused why that missed. It's because he zooped away from me. I really need to heal you. Do this. What? Was he just shaking his booty at me and I killed Dia? That's a new way for Dia to die, I guess. I see why Jean works though. Can you just like skill? Wait, can you hold? Oh, you can't. Okay. Whatever. Oops. I didn't even realize he was charging that up, I'll be honest. Because, again, visual mess in Genshin, you can't even tell what's going on half the time. I think he really needs audio cues.
I swear by my sword. This'll brighten up the place.
He really needs audio cues for some of his abilities. Like he was doing the booty shake, charge up his stuff attack, right?
Wind, hear me.
When like it wasn't even showing the visual indicator. He was just shaking his ass. So I thought he wasn't doing it. I thought he wasn't charging it up, but I think he was. Right? But oh well. Like he's doing it now, but there's no visual indicator. But I don't think that was why. Yeah, I don't think he was actually charging it up there. He was just doing it because he was doing it. Like I don't know. They shouldn't have the same animation for it. It's kind of just bad. I don't know. It's an interesting enemy. Obviously, Mualani died there, so I didn't get to use her properly. Okay. So, yeah, you gotta defeat them all and unlock the pillars or whatever. I have no idea how many there are. Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is there 9 of them? I assume there's 9. Alright, cool. I don't know. This is a cool gimmick for local legends, though, to, like, teleport to this whatever area, these black monoliths around. It's a cool gimmick for them. Round 2 for 10 primos. Oh, okay. Is he just more tanky with round 2 or something? You gotta stagger him first so you can lift him. Yeah, oh yeah, that I guess makes sense. You know, that's the most that I bet is likely to be one of my favorite ones, but I think it is designed a little bit poorly in the animations it uses to indicate what it's doing. Using the same animation for doing different things. Like, it's funny that it does the stupid booty shake thing, which just looks like a repurposed. It looks like they just copied the rigging for Ito's whatever cow, Ushi, doing its booty shake. I think they just repurposed that animation and then used it for multiple of that thing's abilities, and that's kind of bad, right? Like, you don't want the same animation to show different things, and you'd be like, oh. But the one is like, oh, it does some like some glowy around him. Like, yeah, sure, but I don't know, like the glowiness is a band-aid slap on, and like you don't notice a little bit of a blue glow when you have a mess of all the other rainbow vomit going on in Genshin. Sometimes like it's not ideal, is my point. It could have been designed a little bit better on a visual and audio presentation level, that I think could make it more enjoyable to fight. But to ultimately give my verdict on that one, I'll have to fight it more. It's an interesting one. I like the baseline design premise of that one more than like the Cryo one. That's for dang sure. So, anyways, so yeah, like it just feels weird to fight with literally no audio cues, especially for like the big charge attack. Like it feels like there should be an audio thing playing for when it starts charging up, and you're just like, oh shit, and then start whacking on it then with whatever to try to stagger it. And then when it's actually doing the charge attack, right, it's going something like that, right? Like it has nothing though. It's weird. So, anyways, like if I showed my friends that fight, they'd be like, "Why? Why would they not do sound cues?" So, anyways, it's an interesting damage puppet. I'll probably fight it on occasion for some variety in the local legends if I make for videos that I need to fight a damage dummy. But also, like, just normal bosses are so much better for like most normal bosses can survive at like a rotation now, such that they're like fine for demonstrating some things. So, anyways, yeah, make him a laser capybara. Exactly. Okay, let's try to finish my goal. I've been going for 2.5 hours, and we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 waypoints. You know what? Screw it. Let's. We're gonna ignore chests because at this point I'm goal oriented. I'm goal oriented. We're gonna ignore chests, and we're going to just get waypoints because that's my goal. I went the wrong direction. Good start. You can cheat bet it with Jean. What does cheat bet it mean? If you mean like just stagger it with Jean, then yeah, I kind of noticed some aspects of that, even if I wasn't purposely trying to abuse it. Simon is annoying because now he only survives with enough HP to go invisible. I mean, it's fine if he at least survives with enough HP to like set up my buffs and like do, you know, a couple hits on Mualani to show that things work. That's kind of all you need. So anyways, the whole enemies being tankier in general has made it more easy to test against a number of bosses. I still don't get why they don't want to like do something like other than them just being annoying arseholes and trying to, you know, use like lack of proper ways to test things in the game as a way to convince people to make them think they need more things than they actually need in the game or something. But like they put it in Zenless, like Zenless, Zenless. Oh, give me. Zenless has a mode you can go into that one, it's a better training mode in general as far as like you get a character and I should probably switch back to Kachina. You get a character and you can, it'll like tell you how to like use their kit. It'll tell you do these specific things with the character to proceed with the trial, basically is what it is. Which technically is separate from the banner trials, to be clear. The banner trials are similar to like what Genshin is, but the non-banner like tutorial mode thing is like really good. And it's not perfect. It's not like it'll like oh, it perfectly makes you learn everything you need to know, but like it forces you to do certain things to get you to understand how the character's kit works in a baseline. And then you have a damage in that same screen where you can do those individual character tutorials. You have just you can go and whack on a enemy that you can make it not take any damage but still show damage numbers. You can like it's a damage dummy, like, and you can customize the damage dummy so you can like test against different resistances and weaknesses, and you can have it attack you if you need, and or you can just have it sit still. Like that's what the game needs for testing things. It's not like I want to make a whole video just doing only that, but it's an important like neutral platform to show like here's what the idealized rotation is compared to like, here's what the situation's like when you're actually fighting a butthole who twerks his ass at you and then one-shots you. So, you know. Are you gonna get Xylan in C2? What was I doing? Oh, I was switching into Kachina. So the reason I don't want Xylan in C2 is because Xylan is going to be irrelevant and a buffer that I'm going to find reasons to use her in my videos that mean, like, if I, like, to be clear, Xylan is buffing potential at C2. The majority of her buffing is still just her base kit. It's not like C2 does that much. You do, like, I want to emphasize that. But it is just like a objective, universal, anywhere you're going to use Xylan in C2 is going to be a noticeable increase. And, like, the only way for me to, like, balance that, like, if I'm using Xylan in C2 and I want to, like, power down my characters to basically turn off Xylan in C2 since they won't let us turn off Xylan in Constellations, right? Then to be able to, like, do DPS Kachina with Xylan in, if I have Xylan in C2, and turn off Xylan in C2 for Kachina would be like removing a 30% crit rate in stats from Kachina. And that would be really annoying. And, like, I'll be able to do it by, like, just putting, like, you know, defense percent in main stat with no crit substats, right? Like, but I'm gonna have to start, like, keeping artifacts that are just, like, purposely really poor artifacts that I have to put resources into leveling up just for the express purpose of if I'm using Xylan with C2 to, like, simulate not having Xylan in C2, right? Removing Circlet, yes, but removing Circlet is assuming I'm doing a crit rate Circlet, right? Because Xylan in C2 is giving 30% crit rate. In the case of Xylan in C2 giving 30% crit rate to Geo unit, it's only to Geo units. The solution might actually just be let it overcap and it'll be fine. Like, if I have 90% crit rate on Kachina, with, like, I'm doing DPS Kachina, right? You're doing this artifact set ideally. That's another part of the reason I want to wait to do DPS Kachina, is to use this artifact set. And if I'm already at 90% crit rate, Xylan in C2 is only giving 10% crit rate, not 30 then functionally. In that context, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't affect the damage I'm seeing, so I think people won't care that much about it. But in the context of, like, other situations, it will make a difference. And it's very hard to adapt around and power down characters' builds in some contexts. But I'm saying all that, like, I'm saying all these reasons for me not to get Xylan in C2, right? And, like, yes, the solution for this problem for me would just be, like, let me disable Constellations. And that's, like, because I have a content creator problem wherein, like, I want to be able to, like, adapt for, like, relatability if people want me to test a team. But the only way for me to adapt to relatability is to, like, purposely power down units. And then all I have to do is to just let you turn off Constellations. But, like, there's actively situations where, like, you know, now with Mualani's release, Candace C6 is kind of potentially a bad thing for Mualani, but generally speaking, Candace C6 is a very good thing. But, you know, with Mualani, you might have reasons to want to pair her with another Hydra unit that can buff her a little bit because she does, like, normal attack buffing, but you don't want the additional Hydra application from her C6. So, like, let us turn off the Constellations when they might be problematic. Let us turn off Bennett C6, right? Like, there's niche situations where, like, any player might want to be able to turn off a thing. Like, so, like, they should just let us turn it off. But it's also benefit to me as a content creator. But anyways, I really, really want Xylan in C2 though. And it's not because of the Electro, Cryo, Hydro, or Geo buffs. It's because of Electro units. Her Electro buff at C2 is a 20 energy flat refund, which is more important in conjunction with the other part, which is a 20 energy flat refund, and it also reduced burst cooldown by 5 seconds. So that means, like I went through, I think, a couple streams back, like, every single Electro character, not every single, but, like, I could conceive of unique ways of using Xylan in C2 with and by the way, this, like, Xylan in C2 might change. They might change her whole Ars kit next week. We don't know. It's in beta. Keep everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, right? But as it is right now, like I could conceive of ways of using Xylem and C2 uniquely with like every Electro unit in the game, or almost everyone. Like Lisa, you reduce her cooldown to 15 seconds. Now Lisa can have meaningfully faster rotations and 100% uptime burst, and a big energy refund that really helps her energy issues. Razor, energy refund, also duration 15 seconds, cooldown 20 seconds, reducing to 15 seconds, potentially faster rotations. He's a more minor one in my opinion. Because you still have to like set up things and whatever. But same thing with Beto, similar thing. Cooldown reduction means, you know, okay, faster rotations, sweet. And being able to more easily build for damage and less need for energy stats. Fischl, not the most relevant for realistically, but it still is actually relevant in my opinion, because you could do a most of the time you do like skill one rotation, burst other rotation on Fischl. But with a cooldown reduction on her burst, you could very feasibly do skill and burst every rotation. So like, it's not irrelevant, but not the most relevant. It doesn't do that much unique realistically. Or you could do burst only Fischl. Now I think about it, that actually is an interesting option, because that could save rotation time maybe by doing burst only Fischl. I don't think it would necessarily, because her burst can take sometimes it can take some field time. But yeah, Keqing, also not the most relevant realistically, but it is still interesting in that like 12-second cooldown, 40 energy costs. Well, how about a 20 energy? like anyway, point is like her energy cost is low enough, and the cooldown, if you reduce this by 5 seconds, now you can do a burst 2 times per rotation, right? Like this aspect of either it shortens characters' rotations, which can potentially really meaningfully increase their damage output and enable like meaningfully different ways you play characters by having different rotation timings. Or now you just do burst spam, yeah, Keqing, where like you do 4-piece TF on her, spam skill, spam burst, go burr. Like, I don't know, it's so weird, right? Like there's weird, interesting things with a burst cooldown reduction ability. And like the only other character in the game that has a burst cooldown reduction is freaking C6 Raiden. Sara could have faster rotations. So like C2 Xylonin will be better for hypercarry Raiden, I believe, meaningfully better for hypercarry Raiden than Kazuha is, because of the burst cooldown reduction thing, making her have a 15-second cooldown, and refunding energy to the whole team and refunding energy to Raiden, right? Raiden would go down to a 13-second cooldown, so again, you could do 15-second rotations theoretically, and energy refunding, right? So like, yeah, C6 Raiden and Xylem and C2 would be interesting, yes. I'm not gonna seriously consider that, but that would be fun. It would be fun to see. Yae, of course, has her weird 22-second cooldown, which is why like you generally only every other rotation burst her, or you are doing purposely longer rotations to be able to burst every rotation on her, and usually it's not really worth purposely doing that, especially because the extra field time it necessitates. But yeah, reducing her energy need and reducing it to 17 seconds means you can actually feasibly do it every rotation. But I think it's one of the more minor ones. Kuki is interesting because she has an HP scaling like damage dealing on her burst. Like her burst can output a meaningful amount of damage, and it can trigger a meaningful amount of electro reactions in like a front-loaded time frame. But it's only like a thing you do once per rotation normally, right? But it's a 15-second cooldown. If you reduce this to a 10-second cooldown, 2 times per rotation, makes it like a much more compelling and interesting playstyle. Like, what? That's super interesting. I don't know. I like revisiting DPS Kuki. Like, I did a burst DPS Kuki, and like in a team with like Fischl. What was it? It was like, I think it was like Fischl for like, yeah. I was using strong characters with her, but like when you use Fischl's burst and got that front-loaded application, it triggered a bunch of Fischl procs. Like, you saw the damage from it, the damage that it caused, and like cooldown reduction doing that even more. That's super interesting. And this is cooldown reduction that doesn't require field time. Like Raiden C6 is cooldown reduction, but you need to do field time for it. Dori, cooldown 20 seconds, so reduced to 15 seconds. Is it the most relevant on her? Not necessarily, but again, could mean faster rotations, depending on the team context. And DPS Dori is definitely a thing, by the way. C6 DPS Dori. with Farina is very compelling. She's one of the better aggravate DPSs with Farina because of the fact that she can be the healer and a DPS on field. And then you just put, like, you know, what, Farina, C6 Dory, Fischl, and then I guess, you know, Xylonin in this context. But yeah, so anyways. Cyno, and I'm not saying all these things will make that much sense, but like, reducing, I think he gains the least from Xylonin C2, realistically. Other than like for Xylonin, for Cyno, because of the fact that his burst lasts so long, it doesn't really matter. Other than just reduces his energy. You can do shorter rotations with it, right? So it does matter, but not much more than, like, it still relates to all what the uptime on your other characters is. It's a little weird. It's valuable potentially, but not insane. Sethos is interesting in that it would let you do 15-second cooldown. You could do 10-second cooldown instead, and he also is a unit that can use portions of 20 energy at a time to do his charge attack, right? So, you know, her refunding a flat 20 energy is an additional charge attack potentially, whatever, yada yada. Point is, there's definitely some interesting shenanigans with Cyno, or Sethos, and Xylonin can 45 to 600, 6,500 healing. No, she, on a healing build, on a Fab healing build, Xylonin can heal 9,000 per tick. She can do a very significant amount of healing with a healing focus build. Most people calculating Xylonin's healing are treating it as if you don't put her on a healing focus build for some reason. Like I did a relatively low investment estimate for to be clear, this was Xylonin talent level 9. No, it's on field only. Like, she heals a lot to your on fielder every 1.5 seconds. But if you're swapping through a normal rotation, Xylonin can be very good with Farina, basically. You just have to do a rotation in a not stupid way. Like, I think Xylonin will be a better healer for Farina than Bennett, is my current feeling, if you're doing a healing focus build on her. Cloran could do 2 bursts per rotation too, potentially. And to be clear, a lot of these things are like, actually getting 2 bursts per rotation requires some like optimization potentially. How exactly it'll work out is like a big ol' I don't know. But this is one of those things that Xylonin C2 has so many things that it's like, okay, like, I want it. Like, it's exactly the kind of thing that, like, it just would be fun to me personally. But it's also one of those things, like, I don't know, because, like, it'd be actively annoying to have to factor around in my videos. I need to go up, I think. No, get off the freaking thing. Don't get off. Why? I can't climb on this? What's a puzzle? I gotta let you out. No, we're gonna ignore you. So anyways, why would we get Kazuha right now if Xylonin's too? Kazuha is a better damage dealer. And he does grouping. That's the long and short of it. So, you know. Like, to be clear, Xylonin can be built for damage. I do not think it will be very relevant to do that often, realistically. I'm not gonna be able to vape on this dude because he's standing in water. Alright, well. Yep, you stole my energy. Congrats. Congrats. Right, and this team is just not functioning at all here because dude stands in water. Oh well. So yeah, anyways, Kazuha will very well be relevant, and also keep in mind that, like, one thing that's, like, concerning about Xylonin is the fact that you can do Xylonin and Kazuha in the same team. Like, there will be a lot of, like, new higher DPS potential thresholds that can be reached on units by doing Xylonin and Kazuha together. And that worries me because I think they might end up balancing some content in the game around that very thing existing. So, anyways, boy, I really wish you weren't standing in water. You are very annoying. I regret spending my time on you. He also, I presume, has Hydro resistance. Otherwise, I think my non-reaction damage would still be higher there. That was a bit of a slog. Anyways, so like Xylonin is a character releasing next patch. She's the leopard lady. Is going to be a very strong character most likely. We'll see if she gets any changes throughout the beta, to be clear.
Need a surfboard?
Xylonin is only good with 2. Yes, her team, you have to think about her team comps a little bit more. Well, actually, I don't know. You have to think about team comps for every character. So like, I don't really think it's an issue. But yes, Kazuha will be better for mono teams. Well, the most important aspect is her healing, being active or not in some team contexts, I think. I don't actually think she has anything preventing you from doing mono teams. I'm fairly confident. I'd have to go double check though. Because if you play in a mono team, the main downside is you're not going to get any... You're just going to have a buff for the one element, but you should still have a buff for the one element, from my understanding. But you're not going to have healing, which is a meaningful downside. So like, it wouldn't be ideal, probably. Yeah, what Xylonin has over Kazuha is easier, more convenient res shred, that is easier to get on enemies and better for new waves. Like it just requires less thought for the same amount of res shred. But you still will have to think about the damage bonus buff because the artifact set requires specifically triggering a reaction with it. So it will, a lot of the thinking for like maximizing Xylonin will be the same thing you have to do with Kazuha. With the main difference being because the buffs last longer, you can do them at different points in the rotation. Notably at like the start of a rotation, which is a pretty significant upside. Why is every one of these just terrible to fight with Mulan? Like, just come on. Anyways, yeah, the new set buffs longer than Vivi, and Xylonin's base kit res shred buff also is longer than Vivi. So like, you don't like Kazuha. You ideally, you know, use in a rotation towards like right before right before you switch to Arlecchino is like your ideal time to switch to Kazuha. Or if you don't want to like spend a lot of time in like a burst animation on someone after you use Kazuha, because you'll lose those precious like 10 seconds of VV uptime, which can significantly affect your team's DPS. Whereas Xylonin's length of her buff uptime makes her a little bit probably easier to use in many ways. And then she's also a healer. But Kazuha has high damage potential, particularly in transformative reaction teams with his burst. And more damage potential at a baseline for a buffing support, because to get his buff you need to build him in a stat that makes him do a bunch of damage. Xylonin is only going to do a little bit of damage if you build her with a bunch of crit, and even then she's not going to do that much damage. So, and not that you won't be able to DPS her, but that's a different question from does she do a good amount of damage in a normal context when you're just using her as a buffer and then you're on-feeling someone else, and the answer is no. She does not normally do that much damage. So, I don't know. She's an interesting character to think about, how she's differentiated from Kazuha. They each can have their own role. But yeah, when you start to use them both together, potentially, is where it's just like, oh, this character is very strong. But you also have the value of now we have, you know, we have Kazuha to your buff that's available on like multiple teams, right? That wasn't available before. Can I kill you before you do a shield? Yeah, let's go. Right, Geo one's easy. Ah, that's gonna explode. Mualani teams with Furina. I mean, you can play this team with Furina instead of Kachina and Furina on a healing mode, but that build is a little bit harder to do, and it's a lot less relevant without Furina constellations. If you want to play Furina with Mualani, though, the most comfortable one you can probably play is... where is this? The most comfortable one you can probably play is Baiju, Furina, Xiangling, Mualani. It is a strong team. Feels quite good to play. It's pretty consistent. You will occasionally miss some vapes on Mualani, but it's fine. Your damage output will be pretty consistent and good kind of regardless. So, all right, we're done there. Let's go get this one. Then we'll get this one. Definitely feel like I've gotten a little bit tired sooner than I normally would. I know I've been going for 3 hours. It's not that weird, but anyways. Obviously, I still am a little bit sick. Can't speak, can't brain, but it's fine. We're making progress. Getting waypoints done. Goal wasn't really to get the percentage markers. I mean, okay, I did get the percentage markers up here because it was at like 1% before because I'd never touched this area. But anyways. Do you have a cold? I had a very, very bad sore throat a couple days ago.
Need a surfboard?
But I have recovered since then. I no longer have a sore throat, so I feel like I can speak, which is nice. But it was like also like, you know, bad fever. Could not sleep properly. Could not focus on like anything. Couldn't even like read, and I wanted to like read yesterday or on Sunday, and I couldn't read properly. Why am I not? Whoa, camera bug, lol. I could not even read properly. Like, it was rough. But then yesterday I still had a sore throat yesterday, but I felt much better. And then today I felt fine, and now I just have a cold, is what I would describe it as. So, yeah, I feel fine. I don't think I have a key, so I'm gonna ignore you. Yeah, I've been drinking water. What's that there? Is there a puzzle around? What? Whatever. Anyway, normally they would put that like near the spot where you need it, right? So just interesting.
Don't mind if I do.
Don't mind if I do. I'm all angry.
This'll brighten up the place.
That was not exactly that relevant. Die.
The best stuff's always at the bottom.
Yoink. Okay, got that one. All right, we're 100% getting the waypoints here. See, after I actually focus, I can get things done. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if I can try to 100% Natlan in a 24-hour period. I'm probably gonna try to record that this week. So there's a good chance we'll record that on between Thursday and Friday this week. But it'll probably be out next week.
Let's ride.
3 Fatui local legends next. They're right next to a teleport. I mean, what teleport? If I run into them naturally, probably yes. Might be a good way to end off the stream. Are they all next to each other? That's interesting. Do you fight them together? 24 hours is mentally draining? Oh yeah, I know. But that's part of the gimmick of the concept. And like, part of the concept is like, okay, if I don't complete the challenge, hey, that means there's a lot of content in this patch, right? There's a lot of things to do. That even playing Genshin for a nonsensical amount of time, trying to specifically achieve one thing in a 24-hour period, even like if it doesn't make sense, I don't know why I did that.
Yes, you are.
Doesn't get me there, right? And that means, hey, there's a lot of things to do. That's a good thing.
Oh
I don't
no,
know.
I dropped it.
I think it could be a fun concept for a video. Oh, I got one of the things. Nice. Those are the things that you randomly get from chests in the different areas. I think you need 3. I think there's 3 of these ring pieces, I believe, for each area. Correct me if I'm wrong. And once you get those 3, you can turn them in somewhere at the tribes or something for the elixirs. Right next to the small pond near the waypoint. Can we climb up this? Small pond near the waypoint. This one? Or do you mean this one? Because we'll go get that one last. Then let's go here. Yeah, we'll go there, and then we'll run here, and then we'll run up here. Well, or we'll teleport here. Left, yeah, okay. Sweet. Sounds like a plan.
Need a surf? Let's ride.
Yeah, I've quite enjoyed this region so far. I'm relatively indifferent to the Pokemon catching mechanic, to be completely honest, right now. But it feels fresh. Like, it's engaging to explore around. We'll see if it changes after I try to explore it for 24 hours. Yeah, Mualani does help the general experience here, even although I don't have any Flogistone right now, so I feel like that is bait, so I'm gonna not touch it. I feel like if I activate that chest, I'm gonna get stuck in a quest. So I'm gonna ignore it. The Pokemon are a fine alternative to Natlan characters. Yeah, that's true. They definitely like improve the general experience of exploring around the region. I think they are a more engaging mechanic as far as like being able to deal with like, you know, tall walls that you need to get up of, or aerial movement or water movement that doesn't necessitate having particular characters, or isn't just something really boring like press T to zoop to a grapple point, right? Like, it's a bit more engaging, so I think it's definitely overall like a very well designed region thus far. I also feel like they did a good job compartmentalizing the like sub areas of Natlan, in a way where they feel distinct, but they also manage to connect together really well. So, like as an example, where like it's like, okay, where does the region of like the land of Upper Satek end? If you're trying to 100% this region, where does this region end? I'm going to assume it's like somewhere like here-ish. But that's just like a vague guesstimate based on the fact that there's like a canyon here. Like maybe it's specifically here, but like I don't know. Did the chests and like things you would count towards completion right in this section count towards the land of Lower Satek or the land of Upper Satek? I don't know. And like the same thing with like Sumeru. Like where does it transition to different areas? Who the frick knows, right? I mean, I'm sure someone knows for some reason, but like it does feel like they managed to like make, you know, this area feel more distinct to each other. I think this top area kind of blends together mostly, but this area feels fairly distinct. This area feels fairly distinct, and then this chunk up here feels fairly distinct, and that I think makes the exploration experience a bit more enjoyable. Because you don't just like wander off to the opposite side of the map because you like notice the distinct changes. So if you're like I want to explore this area today, it's very easy to stay within the boundaries of this area with how they designed it. So I think it's quite well designed. Yada yada. Give me the flies. I didn't get I got a single fly. How exciting! Got 2 flies. Even more exciting. All right. What just happened there? Why am I not hitting? Am I hitting and it's just not taking damage? I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with these enemy mechanics. There's something weird with them. Also almost dead. But who needs to live, really? Yes, as you use more points, as a shorter distance you can dash. What? More points in what? Oh, the Mualani sprinting thing. Is sprinting with Mualani's skill less efficient than going normal speed? Yes, I believe it uses it a lot faster. So, and there's not much reason to use the sprint unless you just want to get away from something fast. Basically, gotta get the things. The waypoint is above us, so may as well kill these dudes. Dead.
Need a surfboard?
Alright.
No, I dropped it. Pick it up.
Is it all the way up there? That's really annoying. Okay. I don't have Flogistone. Is there a Flogistone thing here? Yes, there is. How convenient. It's almost like they thought that might be something you want. Crazy. What? Yeah, I mean, this is why I had Kachina in the party. And it's almost like this is why they gave Kachina for free. There's a shortcut? Oh, yeah, that's probably what that thing was down there, actually. Oops. Whatever, didn't think about that. I forgot that was a thing until it was just mentioned. But this is fine. It's not like it took that long. Yoink. A freebie chest. We'll take it. Interesting looking trees there. Let's go to the last one. The last one that shows up on the map, visually, at least. We'll go here. Why are you so angry? I'm just surfing. I don't get why all the cute animals just want to murder us. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. I'm out of Phlogiston and I have to get up a large cliff.
Need a surfboard?
Whoopsies. Oh, I guess we can use you, maybe? Wait, I don't have to kill him, but I'm gonna kill him. Again, it's the principle of the matter. No, don't run away, actually. Okay, hopefully this will get us up there. Is Mualani very fragile? Yep, she kind of is. I think it's fine. But if you don't like fragile characters, like, she's relatively tanky, so she's not going to immediately die or anything. But okay. Do I not regenerate Floki-san? Okay. She's relatively fragile. In that you need to, like, keep on running into enemies. Ah. I see. You need to keep on running into enemies to be able to get stacks on her Sharky Bite. And, like, if you're not constantly running into enemies, as efficiently as possible, you will run into not being able to get her. You'll only be able to get two big babe hits on her Surfy Sharky Bite attack. And that's not ideal, because, like, that means losing, like, unless ignoring her burst is a factor, that means, like, losing like 30% of her damage output, right? I don't need to be in you anymore. And so, like, you lose a significant amount of damage in exchange for, like, not taking damage, yeah, no, that was correct. If you want to, like, not be fragile, right? If you want to use her ability to move around to avoid enemy attacks, which you definitely can, you lose a meaningful amount of damage, and that's a pretty big downside to her kit. I'm personally fine with it. Like, I think she feels strong enough even if you don't, but it also might kind of force you to have to retry things a lot when you might not prefer doing that. So, you know, it's definitely a reason not to get her. Alright, I assume that's one of the local legends, or I assume this is all three. Alright, let's go heal our team a little bit, and then we're going to try to use the healer mode Farina variation. But yeah, she feels fragile in that, like, she's not going to die necessarily a lot, but, like, and then a lot of her ideal teams feel like they don't have very good defensive options is also what I would say. So that's why, like, the Baizhu Farina Xiangling team can be a very good choice. It's because, like, Baizhu is a very good unit for keeping you alive. Yay, right? Like, so, you know, if you're playing teams like I am, though, where you're purposely playing more fragile teams, or if you do the Mualani Dia Emily core, finding the ideal unit for your defensive unit that keeps you more alive can be a struggle. Yeah. So, like, there's just upsides and downsides in different teams, and it's just something to be aware of with her. It might push you towards one team or another, and it also might push you towards, you know, the convenient Omega Buffer character that also heals your on-fielder a bunch. Gee, that seems like a quinky dink that they did that. Or not, they did that. That's in the future, technically. And, you know, maybe they'll nerf her. I don't know. But yeah, point is, there's definitely options for making her not fragile. It's just like a thing to be aware of with her. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Oh boy, who do I fight first? I think, you're gonna hurt, aren't you? I just let them immediately get their shield before I did any damage. Okay. We're gonna try to deal with the pyro one of it first. Oh, okay. I didn't even need to do that for her. Oh god. Oh, you know, I'm gonna do this to iframe some of your shit. Alright, do this. Healer mode for Rena. Do this. You can stop being a butthole, please, right? Okay, you didn't even have pyro on you, which is not good on my part. Oh, I freaking... Okay, you need to die. I don't like you. Can't see anything right now, to be completely honest. To properly target what I want to target. Okay, these are very interesting to fight. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, wait, I already have healing. What up? It's fine. Wait. No! Frick. I should probably revive Dia. Oh, what is killing me there? What killed me there? Actually, what killed me there, though? Like, I just had something that killed both Dia and Mualani. Like, I was perfectly fine there until some... What? When they die, they do a huge attack. Oh, Jesus Christ. Snow after killing the cryo, dude. That's what that was. Okay. I saw the effect on the ground. I just, like, obviously was dealing damage. But most of the time, I was able to just, like, power through that, right? So I was, like, relatively confident. As I was doing that, I was relatively confident just to rely on the healing and whatever. Dia's tanking and, that's why I like this combo so much, by the way. It's like, until you started having the really overpowered moves, apparently they do when they die, this combo is like really fun, right? With healer mode for Rena. So you can see, like, yeah, fragile, but actually it's still mostly fine. Except when you have really man, if they do this combo in the Abyss of these local legend Fatuis, Jesus Christ. If you kill the gunner guy, they do 4 times more damage. Jesus Christ. Okay, so only the cryo one has effects after dying. Are you sure? Because if you kill the gunner guy, they're doing the 4 times more damage is something as well. But okay, so the cryo guy still might be a not bad one to kill first then. I now have no energy on my units, by the way, but oh well. Okay, so if the cryo one is the first to die, I think the solution is just to run away, because like that's an annoying effect, but as long as you just get the heck out of dodge, you're fine, right? Whereas like the pyro one, making them do 4 times more damage could be pretty bad. What does the electro one do? So I don't have to do this 100 times. He leaves a sort of trap. Does it suck you in? Was that part of the problem I had? If you can't escape it, it's a little bit hard. The electro one is just an explosion. 1 big AoE hit. Okay. So like the gunner feels like the last one to kill for me. Even though, like, he's one of the more annoying ones that I'd prefer, like it's easier to take damage from him. I'd prefer to kill him first, but if he's gonna make the other two do 4 times the damage, then no. I can escape the Cryo one? Okay, so yeah, I think my priority is gonna be Cryo 1, Electro 1, Pyro. Let's see what we can do. I should have done this first. But, can I trigger pad? Hello. Nice to meet you. Oh, I targeted the wrong one. Okay, well, I shouldn't have continued doing that there because I was, yeah, whatever. Stupid problems with. Do this. One. I didn't crit. I have 92% crit rate. How am I not critting so often in this build? Let's do this. You're not gonna have burning going because, well, oh well. Oh boy, oh boy. Yup. I saw it happening. Oopsies. I should not have. I should have just left Furina on healing mode there. That was my mistake. Oh, okay. Oopsies. That was just a mistake. A mistake at a bad time. You think the Cryo one is the worst yield? I figured, like, it didn't look that large. I mean, it was big, but it didn't look like it was large enough that I couldn't avoid it, right? These are fun to fight, though. These are really interesting. They're gonna be, if they put this in Abyss, though, with a time challenge, I don't know if I'll like it that much. But, because, like, I don't even know what the hell is the right optimal strategy for dealing with bees in the Abyss. I have no idea. It's hard to see during this fight because it's just a ton of effects on screen. Okay. Cryo explosion did 16.6k per dick when you killed the gunner. Right. I mean, I could try to kill the Electro one first, but I still think the Cryo one's really annoying with his attack, right? So, like, I want him dead. I don't. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna not Furina burst here. It's fine. I don't think I really have to. Realistically, I don't think I have to. Ooh, that was maybe not. You're fine right now, I think. I don't think I have to switch Furina. Normally, in like, if you're not taking a crap ton of damage, you probably want to switch Furina between modes here. There we go. Okay. But because I'm taking enough damage, I think it's fine to not bother switching Furina's mode. God. Oh, you butt. God freaking dang it, man. Why? Stop. Can you stop? Like, for give me a sec. Why? Bro, what was my Furina's health at? See, this is why I wanted to kill the gunner first. But if the gunner freaking powers them up by 4 times damage, I'll be honest, the gunner is the most annoying one. That's why. Ugh, okay. That's why I was trying to focus on it before. The 30k damage? Jesus Christ. I'm assuming every shot he does is not 40k damage because he did one shot on me there. That was only like 4,000. Jesus. Yeah, he did this fight in co-op by swapping back and forth. Yeah, it's understandable. Oh, he did a melt. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh, frick me. Oh, they're using elemental reactions. That is annoying. Yeah, the Pyro Gunner is still the most annoying one as far as taking damage from him goes. The Cryo one is extremely annoying because of pooping Cryo on you. which, you know, then increases the pyro. So I think the strategy is the same. Kill the cryo one first. What did that just hit? Oh, it did hit. Okay, just delayed for some reason. You know what? I want to try doing this to break his shield.
The show begins. Let lightning. This will brighten up the place. Pokemon.
Bleh. Man, so close to killing it in that rotation there. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Alright, get the heck out of dodge here. Whoa, get out, get out, get out, get out. Yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, this is a perfectly fine strategy. Alright, perfect. No longer can they melt us. We'll deal with the Electro Boy. Alright. Yeah. This. Okay, kind of need Emily to. Hydro ain't doing anything for this shield. I guess we could have used Dia to break his shield, but whatever. Get Pav, please. There we go. Ow. Oh, okay. Well, yep. There's one of those instances where it's just like, okay, all right, like that kind of thing should not happen to Mulan, and I hope they try to tweak her targeting behavior a little bit. That does not happen. Oh, what? Oh, I forgot about the attack. I just didn't run away. Oops. That's just a skill issue because I was yapping and I forgot. What are you doing down here, bro? Did this dude just break his own shield by chilling down here? He's also gonna F with my ability to do anything on him, so I want him to go up. Yeah, thank you. Is that gonna hit properly? Yeah, it did. Nice. Okay. Yeah, there we go. If I hadn't been stupid and left Emily, just stayed active in the spot where the dude died, I would have been perfectly fine and never died with anyone there. Let's go. So, anyways, yeah. How did Mulan miss there? I don't actually know. Well, okay, no, I think I know what happened. What happens is that Mulan, when you do her 3 Sharky bites, right? Let's go fight something. So. This is why I don't know if it's actually going to be addressed at all. But basically, they just need to change how our thing targets a little bit. Basically, when you get 3 stacks, so it does this like little back lunge thing. And the notable thing there is that it does a back lunge where like it takes a good amount of time for her to do that bite, right? It takes a second. So she like jumps back and does this like weird arc and curves into things. So when she does that arc, it can like hit walls and things, I think. It can also hit the incorrect enemy sometimes. But more importantly, what I think happened against the Electro dude there was, the dude was like standing, say he was standing right here on this like point, and I was right here when I activated the Sharky Bite. When I pressed her normal attack to activate the attack, he was standing here. But then he did a move that made him like dash forwards a little bit. But the Sharky Bite targets the location the enemy was at, I believe, when you click the normal attack. That is the vibe that I've gotten. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like to me most of the time. Because it misses in instances where it just targets the spot where the enemy no longer is at. So... Yeah, It's an aspect to her that's to be aware of. Mostly in that, like, you need to, like, be, as always, like, with Genshin, like, part of your success can come from how aware of you are of the enemy's behavior. And this character is definitely one, if you're not paying attention to what the enemies are doing, you might struggle a little bit, with your uptime, on your damage output for Mualani, so... Anyways, I don't know. She's an engaging character to play, but that does make her feel a bit clunky sometimes. So, I don't know. She still doesn't hit. Like, some people are saying, like, oh, she always misses. I don't think she always misses. She hits most of the time. I've had more instances of not critting on a 92% crit rate build than I've had instances of her skill, or her Sharky Bite not hitting in this stream. But it still definitely is a problem you see sometimes. So, anyways. I don't think it makes her that much worse of a character. I think it's just something you gotta be aware of. Mrs. Less Than Yoimiya, yeah. I don't know. She's a really interesting character to think about playing, and her teams, she can compose with her. Yeah, anyways, there's all the waypoints. There's an Oculus over here we may as well get. Those are some very fun local legends to fight. I actually really, really like fighting those. I will probably... I don't know. I don't know. The shields make it weird. This was a kind of pretty ideal team to deal with that. Like, the Electro Shield wasn't ideal because it's not like our Dendro application was super high. But still, you had Dendro and Pyro to be able to deal with the Electro Shield. Had Pyro to be able... Not a lot of Pyro, but had enough Pyro to deal with the Cryo Shield, obviously. And then had Hydro to deal with the Pyro Shield, although he also dealt with his own shield himself. So, this was almost an ideal team as far as good damage output goes for those dudes. That one, yeah, that one is honestly the most fun local legend of the three we've fought. The Capybara is fun, but again, I think struggles with like how its attacks are indicated and whatever. I'll have to fight the Capybara more. And the Capybara is much more of a generic damage dummy thing. But this local legend setup is actually a really interesting setup in thinking about the value of different elements on a team and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. That was a very cool local legend fight. To end the stream here, I'm not quite done. We're gonna go on polearms only and do my resin. Actually, no. What am I even spending my resin on polearms only? You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna do my resin on polearms only because I don't even know what I need to spend it on. I'm already done farming for Kachina, so like. Also, that was one thing I forgot to do this stream. I intended to actually collect Kachina berries for leveling up Kachina on this account. Oh well, whatever. We're gonna go through. I haven't tested this Mualani team with healer mode Furina yet. Actually, no. I'll keep Mualani in the first log, so now I'm used to it in Overworld. We're gonna see how this performs. So, anyways, this is a very high investment team. Dia is not that important to have. Like, it's high investment in that, like, I have an R5 craftable weapon on her, and then 4-star artifacts. But, like, and Dia C2 is nice to have, but not necessary. 2-piece build with Mualani, of course. Emily does have her weapon, which definitely does change the experience of using Emily. Particularly in AoE situations, it will help keep burning uptime on multiple enemies a little bit more consistently. Using Emily's burst more often this team, so, you know. And then, of course, most importantly of all, for Furina to really feel very relevant for her value in this team, I'm quite confident C2 is a pretty big difference maker. So, just saying this all, to keep that in mind if you try this team and you don't have the same experience, is because Furina C2 definitely makes a difference here. All the other things I don't think make necessarily as much of a difference, realistically. So, anyways. Do that. Use that. I don't even know. Did we trigger Fav? I think we did. Yes, because she has half energy already. Give me this. That's fine. We'll do this. Nice. your next thing. Go to this mode again. I gotta sneeze. That's a bad timing for a sneeze. Alright. Do this. Should have done that first, by the way, but it's whatever. Oh, you're not in the range, are you? Oh, frick me. You're not within range of Dia? Yeah. Sad. Sad. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Just barely out of range of Dia. Oh well. Obviously I could have cleared that faster there. But yeah, 600k, like that amount of damage on my burst there is like a similar amount that I was getting in a VV team where I was doing the Yelan, so Yelan's damage buff, and like I was able to burst consistently. I don't know if I'm probably not able to burst every rotation in Mualani in that team, so that's an aspect. That's a little bit worse necessarily. But the Yelan team notably could not do like three Sharky bites. Like I was only vaping one Sharky bite in the Yelan team. Like I was completely sacrificing a meaningful amount of like Mualani's normal playstyle method in favor of just doing a consistent big burst number every rotation. And like it wasn't bad, but it's definitely not as good as that team. But that team is also definitely abusing Furina C2. But the team is also good enough, so if you have Mualani, Dia, Furina, Emily, try the team. If you don't have Furina C2, please try that team and like let me know in the comments or whatever, or my server, whatnot, Discord server. And how does the team feel to play to you? Because like I'm very curious how that team feels without. I didn't. Whatever, dumb order, it's fine. Also, that 5 seconds hadn't passed, and I just okay. Well, whatever. Yada yada. Furina C2 makes a difference. I am curious what the experience would be with the same team. If you don't have Furina C0 or Furina C2. We're fine. Wasted a little bit of bandit uptime there, but it's fine. I didn't get it. Uh-oh. He's angry. I thought I had time to get it. I was a bit too aggressive. Kill you. What? Oh, there's another one. God's sake. I'm not having a good time here. There we go. Oh my god, bro. Alright, calm down. Alright. Well, I have very scuffed this clear. But like, suffice to say, I could have cleared both of those. I could have played either of those better and cleared much faster, which makes me think that Furina C2 is by all means not necessary here. It's just going to be a difference maker and seeing a very consistent amount of value from Furina in this team. But anyways, yes, the Tulpa feels custom made to just make Shivers feel fantastic. Particularly DPS Shivers is so fun. But Shivers was not on a DPS build there, obviously. Do this. I should have bursted before switching modes, but whatever. We'll see if we get our burst back. Anyways, I should have done this first. Whatever. Did I pick up the leaf already? I don't know if I picked up the leaf. Whatever. Oh, they're just dead. Okay, well, that works. Didn't expect to target that one, but, you know. It's fine. God. This character is so fun. Man, I'm so happy they made a character designed around forward vapes. Oops. Whip. Yeah, I think I have a bit more energy than I need on Furina. Oh, I just turned off my Emily's damage by doing that by accident. Like, it's really satisfying. Okay. Oh, we don't have Electro right now. that. Let's do that. Let's do that. There we go. Provide the official. I don't think I ever Shepard's buffed. Oh well. Ow, 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 ow. Ow. She's dead. Well, okay. Oops. Yep, Alex, your Mulan is pretty similar to mine.
Off we go. Let the world come alive. A little ambiance.
Alright. One of the dudes... No, there you go. Okay, good job. I don't know where the leaf is. So yeah, problem with the leaf is like it sometimes hides behind fat enemy hitboxes.
Need a surfboard?
Wait, you're dead. Alright. Do. Definitely didn't pick up the leaf there before that one. Alright, I think I picked it up. Do you have pyro? I don't think you have pyro on you. Do this. Do this. There you go. I didn't think I triggered that. Bad. Whatever. There we go. Get that. So oh, that was probably a waste. Yeah, it'll be fine, right? Yeah, we're fine. Oh, well, you weren't even done on cooldown. That's fine. I should probably jump Plengia here a little bit, heal up. Alright. Blam. This way. Definitely do some actual plunges like they want me to do. I don't know who does that. Who plunges against the plungy boss? There we go. I mean, you don't necessarily need a healer as long as you just avoid damage, lol. But no. Yeah, DPS Xylonin team is probably going to be with two Geo teammates, with Farina, and then yeah, I don't even know. No, DPS Xylonin's best team is probably Farina, Chiori, Xylonin, and I suspect Goro is probably better. C6 Goro is probably better than Kachina as the second Geo teammate. But I don't know if it's that much better. I suspect. But yeah, Chiori will be a meaningful difference maker to doing DPS Xylonin with Farina, because you're getting substantially more value out of Farina's buff. Wait. No, I just did triple Geo there anyways. I'm stupid. I guess it's still, I don't know. Oh yeah, Mono Geo gives her the 30% damage boost. Yeah, I guess you do triple Geo, but then yeah, you just have to figure out what you want for a healer. Yeah, which is an interesting way to balance her DPS potential, right? Is to make it so she can't heal. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what her best team is. I feel like still being able to just use her as a healer makes it so you should do double Geo, not mono Geo. And I didn't mean to accidentally recommend a 3 Geo team anyways, so I don't know. I was just thinking aloud. I have no idea. I haven't thought that much about it. Kaboom. Alright. Oh, I didn't mean to attack that thing, but I guess it's fine. Oh, you didn't have pyro on you because you ran away. What a butthole. Alright, well, new rotation. Go ahead.
rotate properly. That could have done better, to say the least. But oh well. I should have saved the second E there. Ooh, that was very bad. That was very bad. You know what? We're gonna redo that. Actually showed doing that somewhat properly. Yeah, LOL, just use C6 Furina. True. That's the solution to all your problems. C6 your Furina.
Lucky day.
Lol. Alright. Do you. This time they don't both have Pyro because they decided to run away from each other, so that's a little bit annoying, but oh well. Let's start a new rotation. You're gonna die without me. Yeah. See, the other one went better if I didn't be stupid. Which is unfortunate, but oh well. That was a little bit of a waste considering they have like no HP left. A little bit of an overkill there.
Your journey ends here.
Dance with me.
Your sacrifice is ready.
A little obvious. Be a good audience, won't you?
Yeah, I shouldn't have restarted that rotation there, I guess. Oh well.
Curtain.
Pound it to the ground.
Yeah, that clear could be optimized down so much. That was like, but to be clear, that is meant to be the more time wasty chamber, in my opinion.
Stand back. Let's. Justice will prevail. Drop your weapons. Stop right there. Do not attempt to resist. Wings of darkness. Lazy bear. I'm going in. Hands right to see 'em. Final
Bam.
warning.
Bam. Alright. And rip through him. You're dead, sir. You're very dead, sir. There you go. Could the team you use for Mualani also work for Linny? That's actually an interesting idea. Yeah, you probably could. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be an interesting Linny team. Get some interruption resistance for you don't put you lose some value from like the fact that like, Dia is really valuable in this team for, you know, both the burning, right, pyro uptime for obviously enabling vapes, but having access to instructors and this weapon, like the EM is not relevant for the EM is not relevant for Linny instead of Mualani in this team, right? So you do just like tenacity Dia, I guess. Like you're getting much less relevant buffing utility from Dia with Linny, but the value of the interruption resistance plus Emily's damage, and if you can be able to get to the point of using Furina like this, but again, I do think that the how nice this team feels to play is significantly affected by C2 Furina. Like I think a C0 Furina can still give some decent value in this team. If you have a similar build on her, you know, with this is just a 2-piece no-piece build with healing bonus circlet and, you know, whatever, ER HP healing bonus, and like, yep. That's it. So, and I don't think I actually needed that much energy in this team, but in a Linny team, you probably would need this much energy. The reason I think this much energy in this team is because Mualani is making hydro particles, makes it so I don't think I need 300 ER. But I just, you know, it still was comfortable. So, anyways, no, my Furina is C2, or is C0. I was gonna say, a little bit weird. I mean, for what it's worth, by the way, like I did not spend any money for Furina C2. Like, I didn't wish at all. Well, okay, I did buy Welkins and Battle Pass, so this was a factor. The Welkins in particular was mostly a factor. But I didn't wish for any characters meaningfully instead of... actually, no, I wished for Nuvilat. I saved a guarantee from Baiju's first banner all the way to like Nuvilat's banner. Used my guarantee on Nuvilat, which honestly, in hindsight, I wish I just didn't do. because I just don't really like Neuvillette anymore. And then, you know, I still had enough wishes to get C2 of Frina, because of the fact that I think I won 1 or 2 50-50s, and I lost 1 50-50 and had to go to pity twice for it. So one of my Frina constellations took 150 pulls. Like, I had to use every last Primogem I had to get C2 Frina, but I was able to. So, like, I don't know. Like, use that as a lesson. Like, if you really want some of these constellations that can enable some fun teams that are meaningfully stronger, you can get them. You just gotta really save for them. And also saving over time, having Welkins or not, will be a big difference maker. So, you know, you have to save even longer without Welkins, of course. But, yeah, I don't know. And again, like, I made a whole video about how you probably shouldn't get Frina C2. I think most of the people that get Frina C2 aren't actually making meaningful use out of it. But if you do weird stuff like this, where, you know, Frina is you're using non-ideal healers with Frina C2 can be really valuable. And Farina's own healing is a non-ideal healer, right? In this context, like, enabling a meaningful buff for Mualani and Emily and not interfering with the burning interaction going on makes healer mode Farina an actual compelling choice, which is really cool. So it's just like, without C2, it definitely is going to be a bit more inconsistent. I think even C1 should be a meaningful difference maker to the experience of using this team, because it will give you some immediate guaranteed damage bonus that you don't have to, like, get any build up for, right? So anyways, like I said, anyone has Frina C0 and has these characters, test them out. Let me know. Like test out this team with Frina healer mode compared to, say, I don't know, a Sucrose on a prototype Amber build, or basically is what I'd say the point of comparison is. Can you use Mona? Yes. The problem with Mona is, remember, like, she has a freaking 4.5 second duration on her buff. Right? Ooh. 4.5 second. One, I'm not sure, like, her Hydro application from her burst, like, from activating her skill, and, like, I think her skill from off-field will get, like, you activate her skill, you get Hydro application, and I think her skill from off-field will do another Hydro application. And then her bursts Hydra application might screw up with things. So, like, you know how I was rotating in this team, right? Where I was starting with Farina? Like, I was starting with Farina, and then I do, like, Emily E or Emily Burst, right? And then do Dia. That gets rid of any Pyra application that initially happened from Farina. But with Mona, you can't start a rotation with Mona, because the burst will be, like, the buff will be gone, like, once you're done with Emily on field, right? Like if you do Mona into Emily into Dia, like I was doing there, and the reason I really want to do Dia last, like, in this team, is because I want to generate this thing, and this thing's uptime is not really a problem, but I want to generate this thing and then not accidentally pick it up on anyone else. So I want to generate this leaf, pick it up on Mualani for her buff, and then also the instructor's buff only lasts 8 seconds. So if I want to maximize the buffing from Dia, notably with the instructor set, I want to go from Dia straight into Mualani. So, like, Mona would have to be something like Emily into Dia into Mona, and hopefully Mona's 3 instances of Hydra application don't steal a vape from Mualani, right? Like, I'm not saying you can't make it work, but I definitely know it won't be my preference versus doing Farina. But with the asterisk of course, I do have C2 Farina. So, anyways, like, yeah, 4.5 seconds is not a lot of time, and changes how the rotation has to happen in a way that I suspect might F with your ability to vape with Mualani sometimes. I do intend to mess around with it a little bit, not right now. I am kind of tired. More tired than I think I normally am after a 4-hour stream, but turns out I might be slightly stick still, if you didn't notice, so... But hey. We got waypoints unlocked that should help me. This should help me speed up the process of actually being successful in the video I want to make. I plan to stream tomorrow, unless I feel really terrible tomorrow. Jane comes out tomorrow in Zenless. and I have not gotten a single limited character in Zenless yet. And part of that reason was because I knew Jane was coming in, and I'm like, alright, I'm saving for Jane. So I'm getting Jane. I want to do a whole bunch of things with her tomorrow. I've even purposely like waited to do much of the end game content, the Spyro Abyss equivalent in Zenless. So I want to be able to see after I level up Jane how far I can get there with it. Like I still have a non-ideal Soldier 11 team. Like I don't think I'm gonna be able to like 36-star equivalent, but we'll see. So basically Zenless farming, testing, all kinds of Zenless content not content, all kinds of Zenless things to do in a Zenless stream. I'm probably not gonna make any edited video about it. So anyways, I will be streaming probably the same-ish time I started this stream tomorrow. Otherwise, you know, you can always catch the VOD. I think that's when I think the banner is live, and when around the... I might go... If I go live earlier, it's because the banner might be live earlier. I'm going to try to go live when the banner is live. So plan on that, basically. If you want to catch me in a stream tomorrow. And then I'm probably not going to be streaming Genshin again until the weekend, I suspect. Because I want to use my time to do some edited videos. I'll probably do an Imaginarium Theater video this weekend. And I actually don't have a specific plan for another video this weekend other than Imaginarium Theater. I might do an account fixing video, but I don't actually have anyone lined up right now. So that would depend if I could get one lined up fast enough, and if it was an account that didn't actually require that much time to work on. So, you know, account fixing video, maybe only one edited video this week, basically. I don't know. That's my plan. Lisa video when? Shake my head? I mean, when I get Lisa C4. Remind me when I get Lisa C4. So, anyways. Thanks for watching. It was fun. I also definitely need to take a little bit of a break. And hopefully I'll feel even better tomorrow. Surely. Surely, you know.
The most important part of going
Bye.
out to have fun is